Alrighty, mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alrighty, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the channel and thumbnail, today I'm going to be working on more UMG and Unreal Engine using C++. That's it. I have been like going over the UMG slash Unreal's UI content for the past 4 streams. But today I did actually draw a few PNGs for adding buttons and all that stuff. So I'm going to be working on that, and maybe later on I will be working on adding functionalities to that button as well. That's it. Let's go to my gameplay screen. Okay, guys, this is the chat from last stream. So let's say something like "I'm live!" exclamation. Okay, guys, if I can't talk properly, it is because I'm not warmed up just yet. That's it. Hiding Himanshu. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and just increase this a bit. There we go. Okay, perfect. Still, let's go there. There we go. Good. You're on time. That means you still care. Chat, lock in. This is a building day, not a flex. People, you showed up again. Most people quit when they get when things get confusing. You came back when it was unclear. That's the difference between someone who watches game dev and someone who becomes a game dev. Okay, remember this. A moment you feel lost is the moment your brain actually learns. The moment your brain is actually learning, said by Richard Feynman. Is that how I pronounce the name? Okay, bro, I also want to start by streaming, but like you don't have 50 subs. Honestly, I feel the beginning part is a bit hard, but I feel like the more content, you should like start by making some kind of content or like uploading a few shorts, because it's not that hard for you to get like 50 subs with like you're consistent. It might take like a month or two at max type stuff. That said, now no warm up, reveling, no time bleeding. Tell me what we're tackling right now. UMG, C++, logic, AI flow, or something you got stuck on off stream. Focus up. We move on with the intent. Okay, let me see something like say so I made a PNG and I learned how to display it on my window. I will be doing that first, then later we could work on adding functionalities to the button. Adding functions to the button. Okay, let's see. Okay, while I'm actually saying that, let's go to my main camera. Actually, on my main camera, let me go to my Unreal Engine here. And yeah, this is a new project because I still have my old project, but I did like use it for I forgot what I want to say, like for already working on the code type stuff, but I want to see if I remember it like without seeing any reference. So firstly, I want to decrease my floor because I always feel like my floor is real big. So I'm gonna go with something like R and scale it a bit lower. Okay, why don't you make programming language tutorials for other beginners? Honestly, I did want to make tutorials, but I feel like I'm not as good I'm not as good in programming in general to make tutorials. But if it's like just the individual language, I could like make tutorials on that. I was trying to make on Unreal, but I feel like I'm not that good with Unreal. That said, I might make tutorials on like C++ because I feel I'm pretty good with C++ now. That's it. Let's see. So I have my window here. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is loading a few FBX file, QLB files, and my game item files inside of my, let's say, content drawer. So wait, let me actually highlight the 3 of those real quick so I can drop them at once. Let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, hold up guys, let's open my content drawer. And then let's go ahead and copy that. Let's paste them all here. There we go. Let's go ahead and import. While it's importing, I might open my chat pack. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and click import again. And yes, I want to create a new folder. There we go. So these are all my game items that I created, all the PNGs, because I will be using PNGs for UIs. And these are my FBX files and my QLB files. Okay, let's just go ahead and close that for the time being. Now, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder. Actually, should I create a new folder? I might create a new folder for UI. So I might go with something like UI. And then inside my folder, I'm going to go ahead and open this real quick. Right click, go to user interface, and then click a widget blueprint. I want to create a widget blueprint. I'm going to click the user blueprint. Now I'm going to name it something like WBP underscore, I don't know, maybe overlay, because I want to create some kind of an overlay menu bar. Okay, attend as first viewer, last queue. That actually sounds kind of cool, guys. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and double click my WBP overlay. Let me go ahead and get it right here so you guys can see it as well. And now I did do some practice on this part, so I do know about what I'm like going over here. Firstly, we gotta go ahead and load a canvas. So I'm gonna go with something like canvas because we're gonna be drawing over our canvas. We could go with like vertical box and scale as well, but I wanna go with like a canvas panel. So that's like an empty canvas. Now, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and add a button. So I'm gonna go with a button. Buttons are basically what regular buttons do. I can hover over them and it shows like I'm clicking them type stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase the size of my button real quick. But before I actually create or like increase the size of my button, I wanna whatchamacallit, add a image here. Let's say I'm gonna go to my right side. Let me go ahead and increase it a bit here. There we go. Okay, I don't like the way the white button looks, so I want to go ahead and change it to the custom PNG that I made. So to do that, I'm gonna go all the way to the right here. Do I find, let's see. Okay, where do I find the image section? So appearance, I see style. Under my style, there is a normal section. I'm gonna click that. Maybe just increase this a bit. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and click the none and type something like my red overlay that I made yesterday. Let's go with something like red overlay. And there we go. Let's go ahead and just shrink this back up. And guys, I would like work on like the portrait mode. Like I would like, increase my window size here, but people from the vertical stream won't be able to see that. That's why I do recommend them to like move on to the horizontal to be able to see my entire window. I might actually do that. Let's just increase the entire window's width. I'm gonna go ahead and get this here. What up, guys? Let me drag my canvas right here. There we go. Okay, now my overlay does not look as good, so I'm gonna go ahead and just increase a few things from here so it looks kind of good. There we go. Okay, I think this should be good. I think this overlay should look kind of good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag my button here. Maybe I increase it from the bottom a bit, and then from here, there we go. Okay, this looks good. Now, once I'm done with this, I might want to add a few more buttons that say something like start, I don't know, start, end, or resume. Okay, what are you doing? Honestly, I am working with like UIs in Unreal Engine 5, and apparently this is like, this is the way we actually go over UIs type stuff. He's also learning well, I see. Okay, that's it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add a button here. Actually, it does make sense. That's one reason that I'm not actually working a tutorial just for the time being. Okay, my button is going to be inside my canvas. Okay, let's go ahead and drag my button here. I'm going to go ahead and increase the size. There we go. And guys, now this is just for decoration. So, under my appearance, under the style, I'm going to go ahead and let's say maybe I want to go in my, my vertical part. Like, I don't want to like, have this being in a portrait mode because people from the vertical stream won't be able to see it. Okay, I mean, it's actually fine. I feel it's the same thing. So, under my normal, I'm gonna go ahead and find something like yellow and use my yellow button. Whoops, guys, I went with the wrong stuff. I want to go with my button here. There we go. Let's change to something like yellow. Okay, perfect. And this is my yellow button, but it does not look as good. It looks like a bit squished up. So I'm gonna change round box to something like image. Then let's go ahead and increase the button from here. There, that looks kind of good. Okay, I think that's too big. There we go. Guys, this looks some kind of menu bar to me. Okay, perfect. Now, I don't want to create the same thing again, so I'm going to go with something like Control D to duplicate, and then get this a bit lower. And then let's go with something like Control D to duplicate again. I'm going to go with Control D, and get this here. There, I think that's good. I think it's not symmetrical. There. Okay, this should be good. A bit more to the right would work. One to the left there. Okay, this is perfect. These are my buttons now, but I have it here. I want it to be displayed on my window as well. To do that, can you please speak Hindi? Honestly, I can like speak Hindi, but I'm not as fluent in it, so I wouldn't know like most of the wordings and phrasings. So I wouldn't be able to like explain what I'm doing type stuff. That said, let's see. Let's go ahead and compile here real quick. Now, once I'm done compiling this, I'm going to go to my project here, and then let's say click this list of blueprints and sections and open my level in blueprint. Now, I would not need my tick, so I might delete my tick from here. And then what else would I need? I'm probably going to like drag this and then search for something like a create widget. I might go with something like create widget because I do want to actually create a widget. Let's go with WI. There we go. I'm going to click my create widget. Then under my classes section, I'm going to go ahead and search my WBP overlay, which is the name of my this overlay here. Then I'm going to go back to my widget. Let's just zoom out a bit. Let's go a bit here, zoom in. And then I'm going to drag my return value. And then I'll search something like viewport because I want to add my widget to my viewport, which is basically my project here, like my map here, or my level here. And once I'm done with this, that's like pretty much it. Let's hit compile here, go to my untitled project. Yo, how are you doing? Domix, is that pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. I think Pixels, I appreciate you joining the stream as well. How long to learn Rust? Honestly, I did want to go over Rust. I might actually look into that. That's it. Let's see something like Control Alt F11. Wait for my code to compile. Okay. Okay, pretty sure it's done compiling. Now, once it's done compiling, I'm going to go ahead and run my code. There we go, and that is my window. I can go ahead and move around. Okay, I do know I gotta decrease the size. That's too small. And also, when I hover over it, I see the red line here, and like I see those white lines. I don't want those white lines to appear, so I gotta fix that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and open my WP overlay. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and decrease the size. There, that should be good. Okay, I want to decrease my canvas size. I might go here to... Honestly, let's decrease the canvas size because I feel the canvas is a bit too big. There we go. That should be good. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the positions. Let's keep this to be something like right here. Okay, which is apparently... Let's see the size. I'm going to add that size for like everything here. So there we go. Okay, what's up? How doing? Domix, appreciate you joining the stream. Is that a door? Guys, it's like a menu bar. I'm going to like, whatchamacallit. It's initially just like a menu bar, but when my user clicks a button, for example, he clicks the top left button, this menu is going to pop up that says something like start the game, resume the game, or end the game, which is going to start, resume, or end my project. Okay, are you homosexual? Guys, I forgot what all those mean. I think homosexual is liking the people from the other race, right? Yeah, in that case, I think I gotta fact check that before I actually say something, guys. Because I realized something like, I gotta be really careful before saying something on streams, otherwise people be clipping that stuff. Okay, that's it, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and get this up here. Okay, perfect. There, that should be good. Guys, is it just me or does this not look symmetrical? Maybe I go one to the right. Does that look symmetrical? Okay, I think this looks good. Now, to fix the issue where when I hover over my overlay, it shows like a red box. I want to go ahead and fix that. To fix that, I'm gonna scroll right under my hovered. There's like an option here that says hovered when I hover over my image. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my exact same PNG as the image here. Let's go with something like red overlay. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and change my tint to, let's say, something like 1, because right now my image, it looks kind of dark red. I want it to be like perfectly white, so I'm gonna go with 1, 1, and 1. Okay, let's go with something like my button. I'm gonna go to something like tint. Okay, that is set to 1. Let's change that to 1, 1, and 1. I'm gonna change this image to something like yellow button. Okay, and then let's go ahead and change this to something like yellow button as well. I'm gonna go with something like yellow button. Okay. Okay, heterosexual is sexually attracted to their own sex. Oh, I see. Homosexual means liking the same gender. Oh, I see. Guys, I had a whole course on that stuff. How did I like manage to forget that part? That's it. I am like attracted to the sex of the other gender, not the same gender. Okay, let's go with something like 1, 1, 1. I'm gonna go ahead and change that to 1, 1, and 1 as well. You guys see the color change? Like if I were to go to my third color here and change this to something like 1, 1, and 1. There we go. You guys see like the change in color that makes it so bright? Like I'm gonna go ahead and change that to something like 1, 1, 1, and 1. There we go. Okay, that should be pretty good. Now that's about it. Let me go ahead and add a hovered image here. I'm gonna go with something like yellow. This is gonna be my yellow button. Now, if I were to compile this code and go to my my Unreal project, and I were to run the code, let's see what happens. So I have my overlay bar here, and now when I hover over them, they get like a bit darker, but then I gotta like change these because I feel like I like them when they're kind of dark. I changed the settings for this to be light. Okay, so let's go back to my overlay project. I'm gonna go all the way here. So I'm gonna change this, like let's reset, reset, and reset. Okay, let's go ahead and compile this. Did I compile it? Okay, and then let's run the project. If I hover over it, it gets a bit dark, but then it does not like show white this thing. That's kind of good. What kind of game are you creating? Honestly, I'm just working on the basic game logic for the time being. I don't know like a specific thing that I'm going to be working on. But this is like a menu bar or something like a menu where I click a button and this menu pops up. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm working on UMGs in Unreal Engine. That's it. Let's go ahead and exit the code real quick. Are you opening? Are you making open world game? That would sound fun, but I don't have much experience with those things. Are you gay? Honestly, no, I'm straight. Okay, yeah. How the frick do you speak so fast and focus on work at the same time? Superpower for real? Honestly, I feel like actually I think guys, I think I got that from like practice that stuff. Okay, it's a lot of pain in the ass to be an idle developer. I see. Okay, that's it. Now let's go ahead and open some sys. Let's chat GPT up here. Now I want to work on how to add functionalities. I just learned on how to display widget on my window, but I don't know how to like add functionalities to it. So we're gonna be learning that now. Before that, I actually realized one thing. I might want to go to my canvas. Maybe I decrease the size, it's kind of too big. I want to shrink this a bit more. Okay, wait, let's go with Control Z real quick. So, okay, maybe I increase the canvas size a bit, and then let's go to WBP overlay. I want to decrease my overlays size. Why didn't it decrease my size here? Okay, let's hit something like Control C, Control C. Okay, let's go with my overlay up here. I thought that I could have like decreased the size. Oh, I could do this. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, I think that's good. I actually think this is good. Okay, let's go ahead and compile this real quick. I want to run the code and check what happens. I want this to be like a bit smaller. This is kind of big. Okay, let's go with something like Control F1. When I hover over them, it's white. Other times it's kind of black. Actually, it's kind of dark, so I'm gonna go up here. Let's go ahead and change a quick setting real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead under my hovered. So under my hovered, my tint is white. I'm gonna reset these and change that to be 1. Let's go with something like 1, 1, and 1. Okay, now let's go ahead and compile this. If I run the code, when I hover, it's dark. I want it to be light at all times. The dark looks kind of weird there. Okay, maybe I go ahead and reset my hovered here. So let's reset. Actually, instead of resetting, I want everything to be just 1, 1, and 1. Okay, you should create Roblox items. You'll get paid real money. Honestly, I used to like make Roblox listen like I used to be like a Roblox developer, but I feel like I got kind of bored of it. It's not like it was boring or something. It's just like I want to work with like a professional. I want to learn like a professional game engine or like a professional place that I could use actual coding language. I mean, Lua is an actual coding language, but you guys know like Python, C++ or type stuff. How many languages do you know? Actual languages. I know Python and C++. That said, let's go ahead and get this to the left. How do I move my entire canvas at the same time? I mean, I won't say it's bad. It's just kind of small for me. Okay, maybe I go ahead. Can I select all? Can I go with Control A? I can, and then can I decrease the size? I cannot. Okay, let's decrease the size a little because I don't want it to be like too big. And then I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in, get my buttons up here, decrease the size, get that here, get this here as well. Actually, I'm gonna delete that. Maybe can't I change positions? Okay, let's zoom in here. Let's go with something like Control D because I don't want this to be too big. Okay, let's get that there. Let's hit something like Control D again. Let's get this here. There, that should be kind of good. Okay, perfect. There, now let's go ahead and just go a bit to the right. There we go. Guys, this is why I prefer doing it using actual programming, like coding my widgets in, but I don't think that's even a thing like here. It might be, I just might not know about it, because if I can actually code out like full flexibility to use like real numbers or like math to actually set their positions. Okay, like see this, it gets kind of uncomfortable when it's up here. Huh. Okay, maybe I want to change its position to be a bit to the right. Okay, but apparently we cannot change their positions, or can we? Can get its position here. I wish there were Control Z's. Can I go with Control Z's? Okay, I can go with Control Z's. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and use my Control Z's here. There we go. Okay, I think I'll settle with this. I want to work on the functionalities. I meant like languages human communicate with. Oh, I see. Let's say I know English. English is like my most fluent language, and then maybe I know Hindi as well. I'm pretty fluent in it, but I don't know how most of the phrases. Actually, I do know phrases, but I cannot like hold a conversation, whatchamacallit, in stream, because like I feel I gotta like commentate for too long. I know a bit of Spanish, not a lot. Like I know how to greet in Spanish and like say thank you in Spanish, and I think those 3 wraps it up. I gotta learn more languages, guys. What is a copy assist? what is a copy assessment operator? Honestly, I did like work with copy operators. I actually forgot what it does, so let me think real quick. So let's think. So copy. Alright guys, I actually forgot, but I did like have a stream on it. I do gotta review that stuff. That's the reason I actually prefer like programming stuff. Like when I was working with like SDL and all that stuff, I was so focused on like the SDL syntaxes, I forgot most of the C++ ones. Okay, that's it. That makes you a polyot. Is that how you pronounce it? What does that mean? That's it. Let's get some say/chat GPT up here. Now, I want to say something like, so you're making the game just by yourself by scratch, no other person in your team. Honestly, no, because I am like learning how to make it that stuff. Eventually, I do want to be an AI engineer. The reason I am like working on software engineering for the time being, because I do have like a program for like 250 series, where my goal by the end of the series is to make a game in general that consists of AI logic in it. That's it. Let's say something like, say I loaded, let's say something like a UI with buttons on my game, and named it WBP underscore overlay. Although, I was just curious, do we add functionalities to it, let's say by, okay, do we add functionalities to it by using coding or the blueprint? The reason I ask the question, okay, is because it's called WBP and it's not a C++ class. And can we load widgets using coding? Okay, because that would be easy. Okay, are you gay? Say it honestly. Honestly, I'm actually not gay. That said, polyglot is when you know several languages. That actually does sound kind of cool. Honestly, you need 2 to 4 members for this project. I mean, I'm just like working on a self-project to actually learn the language and everything. Later on, once I'm real good with it, that's when I might actually have a team. That's a good question. And no, you don't waste time. This is a foundational question. Pay attention. First, yes, you can add functionalities in both Blueprint and C++. WBP does not mean Blueprint only forever. It means this is a widget. Blueprint asset. I see. WBP and C++ are tough. Oh, I see. Checks states. I see. Actually, I might actually look into that. I think you will need moderators. That actually does make sense. I've been trying to find a few moderators, but I can't find any. That's it. Now let me disarm the confusion. What WBP actually means. WBP underscore overlay is a widget blueprint asset based on user widget, not automatically a C++ class. Blueprint is just a visual skin plus logic layer sitting on top of an engine or engine C++ class. So WBP equals to how it looks plus some logic. C++ authority rules data follow performance. They're not enemies, they're co-conspirators. I see. Okay, where should button logic live? Short answer, both, but with discipline. Blueprint WBP, button click, simple UI reactions, animation, calling events. Oh, I see. C++, game rules, health stats, AI triggers, saving/loading. Anything you'd cry about if it broke? I see. Okay, suggest best C++ books. Honestly, I haven't actually read C++ books. I think I use like docs very little, but I mostly like learned using Sensei/ChatGPT. That's it, but it's not a C++ class, correct. Until you make one, you can create a C++ class inheriting from user widget. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know how to create user widget. That gives me access to like the C++ and header files. Name it something like overlay widget, then set your WBP overlays parent class to that C++ class. Oh, I see. Now you have .h and .c++ files powered. That makes stuff very easy actually. Can we load widgets using C++? Yes, absolutely, and you will. The core idea, no copy paste, you just understand. You store a T subclass of user widget, you call create widget, you add to viewport. This is how health bars menus deter. I think I see. Okay, what specifically are you trying to do? Honestly, for the time being, I am learning about WBP and like UIs in Unreal Engine, but if I were to run the code here, I have a Excuse me guys, I have a menu bar here. When I hover over it and I click it, I click the button but nothing happens. So I want to add functionalities as to when I click the button. Okay, gotta unsubscribe this guy. It's painful to watch this guy. Guys, I do get that a lot. That said, what's your gender? Say it. Honestly guys, it's male. Okay, why bro? I recommend effective modern C++ by Scout Mayors. Ah, I see. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and exit this real quick. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new class. So under tools, I'm gonna create a C++ class. Let's go to all classes, type something like user widget. I'm gonna create a user widget. Okay, guys, I thought my blue red filter was on. Okay, so user widget. Let's go with something like widget. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a user widget. Let's go with something like next. I'm gonna go ahead and name it something like overlay widget. There we go. I named it something like overlay widget, and then let's create a class. While it's creating, I might actually eat something C++ by Yashwant Kane Tucker is good book for starters. Oh, I see. I might actually look into that. If you don't answer, I'm unsubbing. Honestly, guys, I didn't answer. I'm like a male. Okay, that's it. Now that I created a class, I have my, let's say let's close this. So under engines, I have content. There we go. I have a C/C++ classes. This is my overlay class. If I were to go ahead and double click it, go all the way here, reload all. I'm gonna go ahead and get my C++ file and my header files. Okay, perfect. Have you created widget and blueprints yet? Honestly, I did like create the widget and blueprints. For example, if I go here, I created this widget here. Something just messed up in this. Let me just go ahead and extend the size. There we go. Okay, now if I were to go ahead and compile it and then run the code, I have a widget that has like buttons up here. It took me so long to figure out how this part works. I gotta fix the third button, but that's the basic gist of it. If I click them, I can go ahead and click them. But I actually want to add functionalities to it using code. So I'm going to be working on that. What's your age? Honestly, I am like 17. That's it. I am going to turn like 18 really quick, guys. My birthday is the January 5th in like 3 days. Might have a special stream. Okay, how do I start coding and where to learn? Honestly, if you guys do want to start Python or like C++, you guys can like join my Discord server. That's where I do like have the roadmap. I can like give it to you guys. That's the roadmap that I used actually. Okay, what's your age? I'm 17. That's why I'm going to turn 18. What are you eating? Honestly, I'm actually eating oats. Like I tried like whatchamacallit, I tried eating these oats yesterday. This is the last stream's oats. But I had like a challenge where every 10 like I would bring a cup of water. I ended up bringing like 9 cups of water. So I did not have space for eating oats, guys. Okay, that's have you created blueprints? That's no assembly. I see. Okay, start from C. I haven't started C yet, but many of you guys did say me to try C. I might try it soon. That's it. So these are the codes that I get. Let me go ahead and copy this for my header files. Get C/chat/GPT up here. Let's go ahead and paste this. And then let's go ahead and copy my C++ file as well. I realize how empty they are. Let's go all the way down here. Go with Shift Enter and paste this and say something like, scroll down. Okay, let's say something like, let's say I created a blueprint widget and my blueprints name is WBP underscore overlay, and my user widgets classes name is, what was my class's name? It's overlay widgets is overlay widget. Okay, let's go with something like, okay, perfect. If you set your R button as a variable in Blueprint, you can access their functions on click, on press, and more. Oh, I see. Speaking of that, I might actually go back to my class here. Let's go to overlay. I forgot. I gotta fix my third button here. So I'm gonna scroll all the way up here and then add a button. Let's go with something like yellow. Guys, I do have like different color buttons as well. For example, like if I were to go with something like purple. Yeah, I spend like a lot of time. This is like my purple button. Let's wait for it to load. That it loads when I hover. If I go with something like purple here, let's go with purple. There we go. So that is like my purple button. I spent like some time making these PNGs yesterday. That's it. I'm gonna hit Control S for the time being. And then let's go ahead and change that to something like, this looks good. Let's compile the code real quick, run the project. There we go. I can like hover over them. Okay, I gotta like fix my hovering here. So I'm gonna go back up here, click that reset my hover size. So these are hovered. There we go. Let's compile. And now let's open Sensei/ChatGPT. Okay, do you know backend development? Honestly, I feel like programming is like backend. I haven't worked with mostly backend development. That said, soon I do want to implement Python in my C++ for the AI logic. Now, it'll take you 2 months. I see. And guys, let me know once we hit like 100 likes because I gotta like increase my streaming time by an hour. Okay, good. You took the correct step. Now, listen carefully. This is where most people derail and you will not. First, let's clean up the confusion. C++ class name UOverlay widget blueprint asset name WBP overlay. These do not need to match. You just need a parent-child relationship right now. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to add the parent-child. Step 1, set the parent class. This is critical. Do this slowly, no rushing. No click spam. Open WBP overlay. Okay, click class settings. Top right. Okay, look for parent class. Change it from user widget to overlay widget. Compile, save. Let's try that first. So I gotta go to my class settings. Do you guys see class settings somewhere up here? So let me go ahead and make this a bit big so I can maybe see class settings. Do you guys see class settings or is it just me? Oh, class settings should be in graph. There we go. I see class settings. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. In case you guys can't see it, I'm gonna go ahead and get this here. Let's go ahead and increase that and extend it from here. There we go. Okay, good luck, man. Gotta sleep now. Honestly, I appreciate you sticking through the stream. Sahil, is that pronounce your name? I'll catch you next stream. Make sure to get your 8 hours of sleep. Okay, that said, I have my class settings up here. I click my class settings from there and I have it here. Parent class, I'm going to change to something like, what did I have to change it to? I forgot my overlay's name. Change it to overlay widget. So I'm going to go ahead and type something like overlay widget. Okay, and then compile, everything saves. Okay, perfect. I've added it as my parent class. Okay, step 2, verify it worked. Stay sharp here in WBP overlay, open graph, right click, search for function/variables from UOverlay widget. Right now your class is empty, you won't see much, and that's correct. Empty doesn't mean useless, empty means ready. Okay, so I got to right click in my graph, search for function/variables. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this. Open my Unreal Engine. Let's right click. Let's go with something like functions. I mean, I did like set it as a parent class. Let's go to step 3. Take some rest, bro. Don't lose sleep at nights. Honestly, I just woke up. It's almost like 1 p.m. for me right now. That's hey, I've heard Gemini is better for coding related tasks. Honestly, is it the reason I use ChatGPT is because I've been using ChatGPT for so long and I guess I'm kind of used to it. That's it, I might move on to Gemini as well. Okay, but I feel like I just need something that's better at teaching because I am just learning how to do this stuff here. Now your system is layered properly. C++ overlay owns logic exposed to blueprints. Common mistakes. Okay, let me say something like I set my widget. Let's go with something like, was it overlay widget? I keep forgetting the name. Okay, overlay widget. I set my overlay widget, okay, as my parent class for my WBP underscore overlay. Now, what should we choose to say? Okay, can you teach app development using Flutter and Dart? Honestly, I haven't like learned Flutter and Dart, but I might actually look into that. Eventually, I do want to actually make a lot of tutorial videos. I did the mistake of not making it when I used SDL or Pygame, but I will definitely make them using Unreal Engine. Okay, yeah, for learning, ChatGPT is better. I see. Your English is pretty good. What state are you from? Honestly, I used to answer, but these days I didn't like avoid saying that. Hello, when did I subscribe you? Do I know you, young man? Honestly, guys, I feel like, what you would call it, there are like so many people, but I actually don't think you commented, but I do appreciate you sub, guys. Okay, check the changes of blueprints I have texted above. On the top, there is a variable booth adjustment to your button name. After that, check at bottom of your button. You'll be able to start with events/delegates. I see, I might actually try that. But before that, I do want to see what you did in my code now. Okay, good. You did the hard, boring, important part. Most people quit right here. Before this moment, you didn't. Now we move on with precision. Calm your hands, eyes on the steps. We're going to connect C++ blueprint game. Okay, step 1, give the C++ widget a voice. Right now, your UOverlay widget is silent. We fix that. open overlay widget, add this inside the class body. I create a U function, classes body, and then I create a void function called onPlayButtonClicked function. I'm assuming this goes in my header files. Oh, it does go in my header files. That says, hey, Blueprints, you're allowed to call this function. Now open my C++ file for my overlay widget and add a function for my onPlayButtonClick. I'm gonna go with something like uelog warning, a warning text. Okay, my verbosity is gonna be warning. Play button click. Save compile. If this fails, stop and read the error. Oh, I see. Okay, let's try that first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a function called onPlayButtonClicked. Okay, and then add a uelog for that. This should be pretty easy. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my C/C++ projects. Let's go all the way here. Now, in my header files, under my class's body, here's the thing. Should I go with something like protected? I think protected wouldn't hurt here. You need to restart throat-tude. Honestly, that actually does make sense, but I feel like I am used to talking a lot these days. Okay, I use Unity for my games. Unreal Engine is beyond my league. My device became a heater. Honestly, is Unreal like more GPU? Does it use more GPU than Unity? I thought like both are the same. And guys, let me know if I like when I run the program, does my stream lag? Because I feel it does lag every once in a while. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and create a U function. This is gonna be an Unreal just function. Unreal knows that I'm creating a function, function. There we go. And then I go with the prof parentheses. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and create a void function called something like on play click button, or it's on play button click. Was it on or only? On play button click. So on play button clicked. And guys, these function names could be anything. I'm just like, whatchamacallit, I don't know how to like name functions properly. That's the reason I like add the exact same names. That's it. Now I'm gonna hit something like Control S and ignore the red underline. I'm assuming the red underline is just my editor. There we go. Now I'm gonna go to my C++ file and let's add a functionality for my buttons. So I'm gonna go with something like a void. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a void, a overlay. Let's go with something like excuse me guys, I'm gonna go with a overlay widget. Okay, a overlay widget this class. Did I spell it correct? overlay. Okay, there we go, that's correct. I'm gonna go ahead and call my on play button pressed. Is this a function name, guys? How do I forget it so quick? On play button clicked, so it's clicked. Let's change press to clicked. Okay, perfect. And then I go ahead and add a pair of curly braces. But here's the thing, I think I gotta go ahead and add like protected private or like something here. I feel like just the raw one wouldn't make sense. Then I go with a pair of parentheses and a pair of curly braces. Now here's the thing, on overlay widget. So overlay widget, let's copy that. Let's paste it here in case I had a typo. Let's go with A and paste it. Okay, I did not have a typo. But your see the performance for greater visuals. Oh, I see. But visuals in Unreal Engine is impressive. Oh, I see, it does. Unity is very lightweight. Oh, I wish I learned C#, guys, because C# is like the programming language for Unity, because I feel like I'm not using a GPU. I'm using the GPU that is integrated inside my motherboard. That might cause you lag as well. Press Alt Enter and generate definitions on functions in your headers. Alt Enter. Okay, let's go with Alt Enter. Doesn't work actually. Let's go with Control A, Control C, copy that. Let's go ahead and paste this here real quick. Actually, I might add my uelog as well, so I'm gonna go with uelog. The reason I am like copying my uelog, is because I like I might just type it. Let's go with something like uelog. I wanted to save time, that's why I was copying it. My category is gonna be something like log temp. Let's go with something like log temp. My verbosity is gonna be warning. Okay, and my format string is gonna be something like button clicked. Okay, let's go with something like clicked, exclamation. And then I end my uelog with a semicolon. Now let's go with Control A, Control C, copy that, get some /ChatGPT here. How are you able to think in English while speaking fluently, and what was the most important factor in developing this ability? I feel like repetition was like the main key here, because like I have been like streaming for now like 6 months every single day, so I feel like I've been getting like the basic grasp of how to like talk and think at the same time, because I feel that does actually make sense, and I feel it's easier to think at this point if I talk. Okay, that's it. Let's just say slash chat GP up here as well. Let's paste this, go with shift enter. Okay, you haven't set up Visual Studio for Unreal. Maybe I'll suggest you go with JetBrains Rider. It is lightweight. Honestly, I did actually set it. I feel I'm missing a few functions because I have been using Unreal like for a while, and I have been like working only with the Visual Studio part. This is the first time for like the UMG that I actually go with the blueprint section, because I usually prefer writing my code. Now let's see something like, say, I feel something is missing here. Okay, while actually saying, maybe let me go ahead and eat something. And guys, how many likes are we at? Let me check. I can actually check the likes from here. Guys, let me know how many likes we're at, because like every 100 likes, I do gotta like extend the streaming time for like an hour. That's it. Stop, freeze. Yes, something is very wrong. And I'm glad your instinct screamed. This is a classic C++ / Unreal Engine trap, and you just stepped on it with both feet. Good, we fixed it. I'm gonna be sharp, now pay attention. You sound like a Indian Siri robot speaking English. Guys, Indian Siri robot speaking English is kind of crazy. That's the big mistake, the root of everything. Look at this line in your C++. Void. Wrong type. Your class is class U overlay widget that inherits all the public content from my user widget. Okay, 27, 28. I see 67, guys. I think we left 6, 7 jokes in like 2025. That's it. I gotta let me check real quick. Okay, let's get this up here, because usually I have my phone on, but today I actually forgot to like add it on, because I check if my stream is going properly on my phone. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up real quick. There we go, we're at 29 likes, guys. I feel like 71 more likes to go, guys. Okay, hey bro, how doing? Arkish, I appreciate you joining the stream. That's it, wrong type. Your class is class overlay widget, or class Unreal's overlay widget that inherits all the public content from my user widget. So the function must be void u overlay widget on play function. So there we go. Okay, second mistake, uelong format, this line. Okay, illegal in uelog, so I go with something like uelog log temp warning. Okay, I forgot I had text, but that's fine. Third mistake, blueprint can see the function you used function. That makes it invisible to blueprints. I did not know something about blueprint callable. That's something new. Okay. Fourth mistake, wrong access level. You put in protected. Blueprint buttons are not your children. Move it to public. Oh, I see. Public function, and then I gotta go ahead and create a U overlay widget. Oh, I see. Okay, so those were like these silly mistakes up here. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to something like public. So I publicize my class from here on out, and then I go to my C++ class. My uelog is going to be requiring a button up here, so let's go with, a text up here for my button clicked. I'm gonna add a prof parentheses here, ending with a semicolon. And then this is not a overlay widget, because this is not a actor or a character. I'm gonna go with Unreal's overlay widget, and then I'm gonna go with something like my Unreal's overlay widget inherits all the public content. Okay, from my user widget. Okay, let me Google this word. I see. Okay, hypopivotal, is that how you pronounce the name? Guys, I feel like I don't know the word as well. Let me know what it means. Okay, you won't find that word in Google. It's an inside joke. Guys, I see. Okay, so you overlay widget on play button click. Let's hit something like Control to save the code. Now, if I were to get sensei/chat/gp back up here on play button, why this matters? I see. So let me say something like, I fixed the errors. Okay, now do I try to run the code, and what output am I expecting? Question mark. Okay, well, since I actually says that, I realized I forgot to like fix one thing. I'm gonna go with something like blueprint callable here, because I want my blueprint to have access of my function as well. Let's go with something like blueprint callable. There we go. Okay, now let's hit Control S to save the code. Okay, let's get sensei/chat/gp up here. So there we go. Now, okay, yes, run it. No hesitation. This is the moment the theory meets reality. But listen carefully. If you run it without knowing what to expect, you're just gambling. I don't train gamblers. I train engineers. what should happen, the expectation model, when you press play in the editor, the game starts normally, no crashes, no compiles, no red spam in output. If it crashes, you miss something, you're overly BP, your output should this when you click the play button. This is the test. Output log should print log temp warning. Okay, let's try that. Let's get my Unreal Engine up here. You haven't set up Visual Studio, I see. Okay, can you show a sneak peek of your project? I want to look how good it looks with Unreal Engine's visuals. I might actually try that, but I did not add a whole lot of much because this is like a new project that I created. That's it. If I were to go with something like Control Alt F11 to compile my code, let's wait for it to compile. I just added one UI to my window. Let's go ahead and run the code. So I see the stuff here. Now, if I were to open my output logs, let's scroll all the way down. If I were to click a button and scroll down, okay, it says play in editor total. Okay, I mean, I knew there's like nothing much was gonna happen because I did not add a function to actually see what to do when I click the buttons. Okay, but I will still copy this. Let's go with something like Control A, Control C, copy that. Let's exit the code real quick. Now let's get sensei/ChatGPT back here and say something like sensei. When I run the code, so let's say run the code, I get this in my output log. Okay, let's go with Shift Enter and paste this. Is that? Oh, I pasted the whole thing. Wait, let's go with Control Z real quick. Let's open my Unreal Engine as well. Let's go here. I want to go ahead and okay, maybe I copy everything from here up till something like okay, wait, how long is this? Wait, let me just run the code again. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the code real quick. Let's scroll all the way down. Okay, I don't see anything when I run the code. Okay, it's just saying this. Let's scroll all the way up. I'm assuming until this. There we go. Let's hit something like Control C to copy the code. And then let's exit the project real quick. Let's hit something like escape, get sensei/ChatGPT up here. And let's paste this. Huh. Okay. Stop freeze ready. You do not see log temp warning button click, which means one simple brutal mistake. Your function is never being called. It is actually not being called. Why your code is silent, the real reason right now you have a valid overlay C++ class, zero connection between the buttons. That's what makes, okay, that makes sense. Second check, the button is not bound. This is a big one. In WPP overlay, select button, go to details, event, click on click, drag off to the event node, call on play button, click, compile, save. I might try that part. Anyone know his PC specs? Honestly, I am like using a 32GB RAM with Intel Core i9 MSI as motherboard. My graphics card is integrated inside my motherboard type stuff, and I feel that's pretty much it that we say for like the specs. Now I'm gonna get ChatGPT to the other window because I want to like see the instructions while I actually write this part. Okay, let's scroll all the way up. So I gotta open my WBP overlay. Let's go ahead and open this. Okay, and then select your button. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my designer, select my button. Okay, and then go to details. So this is my details tab. What am I looking for? Let's get this a bit here. There we go. Okay, details, events. Do I see events? Let's go to something like events. Okay, to see available events, enter the variable setting for this widget. I cannot go to my events. It says to create a variable. Anyways, Brody, I gotta go. My lunch break is over. Okay, soon. Honestly, I appreciate you sticking through the stream, Artificial. I'll catch you next stream. That's sad. Let's get this/ChatGPT up here real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and say what it tells me. So it tells me to see available events, enable the variable setting for this widget. So let's say okay, when I go to events, it says to see events, enable variable settings. Okay, maybe I zoom in a bit. Let's scroll all the way down. Am I too zoomed in? There we go. Good. This is exactly when people get stuck. Do this exactly. Your blueprint is not exposed as a variable. Select the button. open over select open WP overlay, click on the button in the designer, the actual button, not the canvas. Enable is variable, look in the details panel right side at the very top, check variable, this is critical. Without this, the button is invisible to logic. Step 3, now add the event with the button. Okay, let's try that first. Let's try adding a variable. So I'm gonna go ahead and click my button. There we go. And then let's remove my variables from here. Remove that from here. Let me try something like variables. Okay, variable is not there, but variable is here. Let's check that. Now my variable is on. I'm gonna go ahead and compile. Open button. Oh, I got my buttons as header. I am pretty sure there is nothing that I gotta work from here. Okay, I think I don't gotta like work from this place. Instead, guys, this code actually looks kind of cool though. I want to write something like this. There is set and add opacity. Do I want to write something like this? Maybe I might eventually learn this stuff, but not for the time being. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that. Let's get my Unreal Engine again. I'm gonna go ahead and type something like event. On clicked, I'm gonna go ahead and check that up. It's added to my event graphs as nodes. Okay. Now what do I do? Okay, let's get some c/chatgp up here. Click plus on clicked, Unreal will auto create node. It did. Now drag off on clicked. Call on play button click compile save. Oh, I see. Okay. Why this exists? So I gotta call my function on play button click. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag this. Call something like on play button clicked. Target is gonna be self. That's it. And then save compile. Okay, perfect. Was that it? Okay, why this exists? So press play. Click the button. You should see log temp warning. I see. Let's open Unreal Engine again. Go to Unreal Engine. Let's go ahead and run the code. If I were to click this button, go to my output logs. Do I see something? Warning button clicked. It does say button clicked. It does work. I think I see. Let's go ahead and exit the code real quick. It's in c/chatgpt here. And say something like, say it worked exclamation. Although, is there a way to click the button to exit my game as well, question mark? And also, what all should I learn? Actually, I'm just gonna ask one. I'm just gonna ask a question at a time, guys. There we go. Guys, 70 more likes. Good, it worked. That log line means you won the first UI battle. Now we upgrade the move. Yes, you can absolutely exit the game from the button. This is how real games do it. Focus. This is the clean engine. Approved. No hacks logic. Okay. The core idea. No confusion. Unreal does not want widgets directly shutting down the engine. Instead, UI request player controller decides. Engine executes. Will do it the proper way. Option 1, simple and correct, recommended. Step 1, update your C++ function. My overlay.c++, okay, I'm going to go ahead and include kismet/kismet systems library.header file. Okay, then under my UE log, I go ahead and create a U world, which is going to be represented by a world's pointer that is going to be equal to the getWorld function. If not world, return. A player controller, which is going to be represented by PC, okay, player controller. World, my world's pointer is going to be pointing towards get first player controller. I think I'm understanding what this kind of means. If not player controller, return. Okay. You Kismet system library, okay, with a scope resolution operator of quit game. This function, world PC equate performance quit false. I see. Step 2, include this in your header files. Kismet/Kismet systems library.h, compile, run, click the button, the image, okay, the game closes immediately. I see. Okay, so I gotta like learn this part real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that for the time being just to see if this works. Let's go somewhere here and let's paste it here. Now I gotta go ahead and include my Kismet as well. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, delete this from here, And guys, let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think it's pronounced as Kismet. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. And then let's see, let's go to my overlay widget. Let's paste it above my overlay. Excuse me guys, above my overlay.generated. Let's hit something like Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code. Open my Unreal Engine. Let's hit something like Control Alt F11. And let's see what happens. Okay, because I want to actually see if the code works before I start learning it. It says build fail. There we go. That's why I actually check it out. Let's copy this part. Okay, let's exit that. And guys, a really important thing that I always forget, I gotta go ahead and save this. Let's save everything. Let's go ahead and save it here. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and open sensei/chatgpt again. Let's paste this and say something like sensei. I got this error when compiling. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and run the code real quick, and I might eat something while actually saying this. This is a classic beginner trap, people. Look at the error C2601. Okay, you overlay widget, local function. Definitions are illegal, I see. And note this line contains a prof curly braces which has not been matched. Yes, what to do, you wrote. Okay, I wrote this. But wait, your class is U class. My project overlay user widget, not a overlay. Did I write a overlay? Oh, I see it right underlined here. Did I forget to end this with a semicolon or something? Let me think. I think I added a semicolon in the wrong place, guys. Let's exit that part. This is U overlay. Okay, I think I know where I made a small mistake here. Let's go ahead and whoops, let's go Control Shift C. I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything from here. Okay, I'm only gonna be having my pair of curly braces up there, which starts there and ends there, and I have a UE log here. The reason I see it red underline here is because let's say it's my editor. So first thing that I'm gonna do is open my chat up here. I think I copied the code wrong. Let's copy it properly. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. So there we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my void function from here. Let's go ahead and copy that part. Okay, and then get my chat back up here and then paste this. There, my on play button click is wrong. U overlay widget on play may not be declared outside its class. So it's U overlay widget. My widget's name is correct. Okay, U overlay widget on play button click may not be declared outside its class. I see. Let's go with Control A Control C to copy that. Gives us say/chatgpt up here again. Let's paste this and say something like this is my .c++ file. Okay. Oh my god, people, what did you just do? You nested a function inside itself. Wait, in that case, did it not have to be nested? Did I have to like paste it like under this like a new function? Okay, you overlay. Oh, I see. Wait, hold up. In that case, I might not need the function. Wait, hold up, guys. I nested a function inside itself. Let's go ahead and paste this part here. There we go. This makes so much more sense. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my UE log. Guys, this is the one reason I don't like to actually do it this way in Unreal Engine, because it's like I gotta like change my entire code from here. That's it. Now it might work. Let's go ahead and open my Unreal Engine up here. Hit something like Control Alt F11. Let's compile it. While it's compiling, I might actually eat something. Let's click this button. It ends my program immediately. That actually works. In which year are you in? Honestly, I'm like 17 for now, but I'm gonna be turning 18 in 3 days. Although if I talk about college, I am like a freshman in college. That's let's see. Okay, it does work. Now time to learn the code. Okay, so I firstly create a on play button, okay, which is something like click. And then for my on play button clicked, I have a few functions, okay. That is world. So I create a world. What does this do? Okay, get world. What does a get world function do? Can I like look anything up? Let's open sensei/ChatGPT here because I just looked it up what it does. Oh, user widget Unreal Engine 5.7 documentation. Guys, I might actually want to read this part real quick. Let's read it like really quick. Okay, this is a full snippet to tell you objects. Guys, this is one reason I don't understand whatchamacallit. This is one reason that I don't understand docs, because what do I even do here? Do I just like copy the class up here or something? Or inheritance is a u object base, u base utility, u object, u visual, u widget. I think u widget. And then there's more stuff here. Okay, this is the one reason I don't prefer docs. But that said, I'm gonna go all the way back again. Let's go ahead and exit this and say something like it worked, but I won't say anything. I just want to try learning the code. So what does the Kismet system library.h do? Let's copy this part. Let's get sensei/ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with enter and say something like sensei. It works, but now I want to learn/understand the code. So, can you explain me in detail what's going on here, question mark? Like, what does the Kismet library do, and everything that we used in this function, question mark, in detail, of course. I should have changed ChatGPT's, whatchamacallit, I gotta clean the plus, and I should have changed it like thinking or something. Or like deep research. That said, yes, I did not realize we had deep research. There is web search. Okay, do I want to go with deep research? What does this do? Don't they say what it does? I might actually try it. That's it. Yes, finally you fixed it, people. Now listen closely. This is important because it will Okay, what did it say actually? It said because it will rip off your head if you don't understand. I see. Okay, that does make sense, guys. Let's go ahead and resend it. There we go. Okay, let's see a new message. Could you confirm which Unreal version you're... Guys, I think I see what the deep research is. Never mind. So what if I go with something like study and learn? Let's go ahead and copy this. Actually, copy. How do you edit this part? Guys, can I edit it again? Hold on. Isn't there a way to edit it? I'm pretty sure we could edit it. There we go. Let's send it again. Okay, let's see. Okay, finally, people, now we're diving into the blood and guts of C++ and Unreal Engine. Pay attention or I'll throw you back to the logs. Let's dissect on play button click function line by line. Void u overlay widget on play button. This declares the function on play button click which belongs to your u overlay widget class. The void means it doesn't return anything. Every time your button is clicked, your function will execute. You elog, okay. Let's read this carefully. This declares the function on play button click which belongs to your u overlay class. The void means it doesn't return anything. Every time your button is clicked, the function will execute. I see. UElog, okay. This is a UElog. I know what that does. Now the actual part uWorld, which is going to be represented by a pointer of worlds, which is going to be represented by a worlds pointer. That is equal to get world, and then if not world, I return. Okay, I will again ask QNS. What does QNS honestly mean? Okay, that's the next up. Get world is a function from user widget, the parent class that returns the current uWorld. Okay, your widget lives in uWorld represents the entire game world, including all actors, controllers, physics, everything. If not world, return. Check if world is valid. If it's a null, stop running the function. This prevents crashes. I see. Think of it like this. Do I even exist in the game world right now? If not, bail. I see. Get world is a function from user widget, the parent class that returns the current uWorld your widget lives in. uWorld represents the entire game world, including all actors, controllers, physics, everything. I see. Next up, a player controller, which is going to be represented by a PC's pointer that is going to be equal to world, which points towards get first player controller. If not player controller, return. Get first player controller gives you the first player's controller. Add player controller handles input, camera, and player actions. You need this to tell the game who is quitting. Again, The null check if not PC stops the function if there are no player controllers. Ukismet system library quit play, world PC, equit preference, quit false. Ukismet system library is a special helper class in Unreal Engine. It contains a ton of static functions you don't need to create an object to call, that are common gameplay utilities. Things like open levels, quitting the game, doing traces, and random stuff. Quit game is a static function that tells the engine to exit the game. Arguments breakdown, world, which world/game instance to quit, PC, which player triggered the quit. So Unreal knows who's quitting. Equit preference, quit tells the engine how to quit. Quit means full exit. There's also background for mobile backgrounds. False when whether or not to force quit immediately. False lets Unreal handle quitting properly. I think I actually see. I just gotta practice now. Game dev is easy. I wouldn't say it's easy, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's hard as well. I feel like if we get enough practice, it gets actually, you know what? I feel like it is easy once we understand the concepts. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So I might try writing this to understand this part. So basically what I did is first I created a void u overlay function. There we go. I'm going to go with something like overlay widget, which is going to be calling the on play button. Okay, it is called u overlay because there is u overlay here. This is not a actor character or a pawn. It's Unreal's widgets. I think I'm seeing what this means. On play button, let's go with something like button. Clicked. Okay. Excuse me guys, I feel like the old cigar is stuck in my teeth. Okay, that said, on play button clicked. Did I spell it correct? P-L-I-C-K-E-D. I want to go ahead and do something. So this is u overlay on play button click. Let's go ahead and copy that, paste it here. Did I miss? Okay, I did not have any typos. That's good. Okay, I'm going to do something. Firstly, I'm going to go ahead and add a u. Excuse me guys, I'm going to add a ue log with a pair of parentheses. That is going to be something like log temp. I'm going to give a warning for my verbosity. I want to give a warning text. And let's add my format string. That is going to say something like button clicked. Whoops, hold up guys. Let's go with something like button clicked. Okay, button clicked. Perfect. Already mic testing. Alright guys, give me a sec. My PC actually crashed. Let me go ahead and get everything back on here. Let me open my chat real quick as well. So there we go. So my chat's open. Chat GPT. What up guys, give me a sec. Honestly, I feel like it's so annoying when a PC crashes like on stream type stuff. That's let's get everything back up here. There we go. Okay, and let me check if you guys can actually hear me. Let's open the OBS. Okay, perfect. And then I'm opening my Unreal Engine. Let's go ahead and open my Unreal Engine. Get it here. I'm going to go to my projects. I'm so glad I saved my project. So it is going to be my project 3. Is that going to open? Let's see. We're very sure it's going to open. Okay, there we go. Now, while it's opening, I might actually eat something real quick because I'm kind of starving. Okay, let's wait for it to open. So there we go. And what if I get this like, let me actually get my OBS up here. While it's opening, I want to fix something to my screen. There we go. There, that should be kind of good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open my project up here. Okay, let's get it all the way here. Let's decrease the size from there. And then let's go ahead and increase it from the bottom. Now, I'm going to go to my content drawer, open my untitled file, and my project should be saved if I run the code. Are you sure you want to play this in editor? The following blueprints have unresolved compiler errors. Okay, I guess I had something like cancel. Let's exit that part. Now I'm gonna open my C/C++ file. So under my UI, I'm gonna open my let's say. Okay, let me go under my C/C++ classes. Wait, did I not save my C/C++ classes? Guys, there's no way I didn't save them, right? I guess I didn't save them. Okay, I guess it's gonna be a pretty good practice and write it to begin with. So I might open my Visual Studio real quick. Let's open my Visual Studio, and guys, my Discord is gonna open in a bit because for some reason every time I like open my code here, every time I restart my PC, my Discord just apparently happens to open. Let's decrease that. There we go. Okay, and guys, 60 more likes. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and wait for this to load. Oh, okay, apparently I do not actually have my project. I'm gonna go with Control-Alt F11. Guys, here we go. My Discord was gonna open. Let's go ahead and close that real quick. Okay, now under my project 3, I'm gonna go to my sources, and then let's open a few projects. So I'm gonna open my project C++. Nope, we're very sure I didn't need that. I'm gonna open overlay widgets, overlay header files. Gonna exit that real quick. Okay, this is pretty much everything that I needed up here. Is there anything else that I needed up here? No, I think I just need my overlay widgets and header files and my overlay widget. I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine here. Okay, let's go ahead and run the code real quick. Okay, I forgot there is some kind of compilation error here, so it's set to false. This part is correct. That part is correct as well. Okay, guys, this is why I don't like when my PC crashes, because I gotta check if everything's working. What if I would hit Control-Alt F11? Let's go ahead and patch my code real quick. So, okay, let's go ahead and wait for it to compile. Okay, while it's compiling, I might go ahead and set that. Skip this back here. There we go, result succeeded. Let's run the code real quick. I assure you on a plain error, the following blueprints have unresolved compiler errors. Okay. Blueprint failed to compile. Untitled. Replay auto recompile. Replay auto recompile. Fine, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and clear. Now I should be able to play it. Let's go ahead and okay, I cannot compile it. It's not an okay. The reason I can't compile it, I honestly know why that could be. Because I don't have my class. Let's open my UI. Let's open my widgets here. Okay. So it says widget blueprint could not load because it derives from an invalid class. Oh, I see. So my widget overlay class inherits from my user widgets C++ class, or my overlay widgets C++ class, but my class was not. It is saved, guys. Let's click OK. Let's go to class, my project, my overlay class. This is my class here. Everything is saved. What is wrong if everything is saved? Maybe I go to let's see. I might save all. Let's save all real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save this part. I'm gonna click Untitled in my Untitled. Select class. I'm gonna go ahead and select my overlay widgets as class. Why does it say an error? This is overlay widget. Let's go ahead and compile. Now it compiles properly. Let's go ahead and try running the code real quick. I run the code, but I do not see a widget here. So I gotta fix that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and open this, open levels. So maybe to fix that, I'm gonna go to my UI and then open this. Widget blueprint could not be loaded because it derives from an invalid class. Check to make sure the parent class for the blueprint hasn't been removed. Guys, I think I cleared something from here. How do I check that? How do I open this if I can't check it? I mean, how do I check it if I can't open this? I see UI. And then let's preview. Can preview. Alright guys, I ran into a crash. Okay, let's send and restart. I shouldn't have previewed. That was actually a stupid move, guys. Maybe I go ahead and fix that part. So let's see. Okay, let's wait for it to open real quick. There we go. Okay, so it's all the way here. Let me get it to the projects and like scale it down a bit. Okay, there. Now to actually preview it, I'm gonna go ahead and increase it from the timing as well. Let's go to contents. Let's go to something like content. I'm gonna go ahead and load my class here. If I were to run the code, I get the same error because apparently I gotta wait for my classes to come here as well. My classes is taking some time to compile. Okay guys, this is why I hate crashes. Is crashes this annoying for you guys as well? Let's wait for my classes up here. Maybe can I type classes? There we go. C++ classes. So match exit. It's just gonna take some time for it to load the classes here. Okay, honestly, I might actually create a new blueprint. That's gonna be a pretty good practice as well. Let's try that. So I'm gonna go up here. One asset editor was open when the editor unexpectedly quit. Would you like to reopen it? Let's go with something like, yeah, sure. Okay, if I want to go with it, plain editor, blueprint compile editor. Let's hit something like shift F1, exit my program. Let's wait for my blueprint to open. C/C++ classes. I mean, I know this is not like a big issue or something, but then I still like to fix it like really quick. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Under my UI, I'm going to go ahead and force delete this. Let's go ahead and delete that. Fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and create another user interface called something like widget blueprint. I'm going to create a blueprint. Okay, let's go ahead and call it something like WBP_overlay. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and save it. Now, I'm going to double click to open it and then maybe get it somewhere here so you guys can see it as well. Decrease my details a section. And now, firstly, I'm going to search for a canvas because I want to go ahead and add a canvas panel here. Okay, so let's add a canvas panel. And then let's see, I might want to add buttons as well. And guys, since I already did this part once, I'm going to be rushing a bit while doing this. Did I decrease my canvas panel? Don't want it to be too big. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my button here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and increase my button's size a little. There we go. And let's go ahead and set an image for my button. I'm going to increase this part, go under my style, go under my normal. I'm going to select something like my red overlay. Let's go with something like overlay. I'm going to go ahead and select that and scale this appropriately. So there we go. Okay guys, I think the scale looks kind of good. There, that should look kind of good. I'm going to go ahead and change a few colors for it as well. For example, let's go ahead and change this to be something like 1. You guys will see like the image are different and like the tint changes when I change these colors. There we go. And then now hover, when I hover over it, it is going to be like a white color. I want to fix that as well. I'm going to go with something like red overlay. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to change my color to be something like 1, 1, and 1. Perfect. And that's pretty much it. I might actually change my round boxes to image as well because this is like an image. Let's change my round box to be image. Okay, I mean, I think that's good. Now, once I'm done adding my first button, I'm going to go ahead and add a second button. This time, let's get this a bit up. And guys, let me know, is it like lagging when you see it? Okay, my button is going to be inside my canvas. So, do I see my button? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get it here. Let's increase the size of my button. Okay, my first button is going to be there. I'm going to go ahead and add something like a yellow button for it. And then let's go ahead and increase the size appropriately as well. There, I think that should be good. That is my first button. Y-axis is 180. X-axis is 188. Y-axis is 220. I'm going to go ahead and change this to something like 1, 1, and 1. You guys like see the major difference in the colors? I'm going to go ahead and leave my, change my hover to be something like yellow as well. Hover is basically when I like hover over my button here. I'm going to leave the color to be a bit dull here. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and see the name 188.220. Go with Control D for my button. I want to go ahead and duplicate my button. Okay, let's change the position. This is going to be something like 188. And that is going to be 300. Maybe I go with something like 400, double the pace. There we go. Okay, 400 does look good. Next up, I'm going to go with 188 at 600. Let's hit something like Control D. I'm going to change that to something like 188. Let's change that to something like 600. That should be good. Wait, guys, I think this should be 600. Let's go with something like 600. Okay, there we go. That should be good. I feel it's pretty good. They all have like a 200 resistance. 220. Let's go with 440. 440 and 660. 660. There. Does that even look... Guys, is it even like symmetrical? I mean, I think it's symmetrical. Let's go ahead and compile this up. Let's go ahead and compile because there's like nothing else to do. I'm going to go to my user or my actual level here. go to my blueprints section, click it up, open level and blueprint. Why don't you use Claude? Honestly, because I feel like I've been using ChatGPT for so long, I'm like really used to ChatGPT. That's the next time I'm gonna go ahead and select this. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna delete this because usually I won't be seeing all this stuff. So I'm gonna drag my begin play. Let's search for something like widget. Actually, create widget. I'm gonna go ahead and create a widget. Okay, let's create a widget. Let's go ahead and name this widget to something like my WBP overlay. I'm gonna drag this off as well. And I wanna add my widget to my viewport. And that's right about it. I'm gonna go ahead and compile, go to my project here, run the code. If I were to run the code, I see my blueprint here. Let's do something like Shift F1. If I hover over them, they get a bit dull, but I can like click these buttons and all that. I want to decrease this honestly. It's so big actually. Let's hit escape to exit the code. It's best for coding. I see. I might actually try Cloud though. Okay, although is Cloud free? Let's go to something like here. I want to decrease the size of my entire. Does that decrease it? Okay, it increases the size, but it never decreases it. Okay, let's see. Live is repeat. Honestly, live is repeat. Huh, guys, what does that actually mean? That's it. Let's go ahead and compile this untitled project. I'm going to go ahead and run the code. It is kind of big though. I want it to be like a bit smaller. My UI is like too big. Let's exit that real quick. How do I get my UI to be a bit smaller? Okay, I guess I gotta like manually decrease the size. Let's go with something like my buttons here. This is my first button. Let's go ahead and decrease the size a little. Okay, what if I change the size to be something like 800 by let's say something like 600? I mean, is that good? Okay, maybe not 800 by 600. I might go with something like 800 by 800 or 700. Does that look good? Okay, I think it's good. Now I'm going to change it for my buttons as well. I'm going to go ahead and change that to be something like, it's 300. I'll go with something like 100 by, wait, let me manually increase the size. There, I think that should be good. Maybe I want to decrease it a little. There, I think that's good. I think that's good. X-axis 52, Y-axis, let's change that to something like 50. I mean, does that look good? I think it looks good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Delete that, go with Control D and Control D. There are two buttons. I'm going to change the position to be 52. And what is 116 plus 116? It's 236. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to be 236. Let's change that to be something like 236 and 52. Let's go with 52. Okay, now what is a 236 plus 116? It's going to be 346. 46. Hold up, guys. 346. So 6, 4, 5, 6. 352. Okay, so it's going to be something like 352. Let's go with 352 and 52. Guys, I feel like my math was horribly wrong. Okay, let's go all the way up here. There, I mean, I think that looks good. It's not like it looks bad. There, I think that looks good. Okay, perfect. Does that look good? I think it sure does. Let's go a bit lower though. Let's go a bit lower. Let's go a bit lower. There, that looks good. Let's go ahead and compile. Go to my project here. Are you making a game for PC or mobile? Honestly, for the time being, I am just learning how do we make it, but then eventually I want to make one that maybe I might go for like a PC game type stuff, but mobile does sound kind of cool as well. Now, if I click the button presses, if I click, there we go. But why do I see like the actual canvas? Is there a way to like remove my alpha? And that said, now once I'm done with that, I'm going to go to something like tools. Let's go to something like new class. I want to create a class. Before I create a class, I do not see my C++ classes here. Okay, that's a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go with something like all classes. Let's go with something like user widget. WIT. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and create a user widget class. Let's name it something like overlay widget. This name is already taken, so I'm going to go with something like Control Alt L and then under source. overlay widget, can I rename it? Uh, let's go with something like rename to some just like overlay. Let's go ahead and change that to something like overlay. Okay, and then let's go ahead and rename this to something like overlay as well. I'm gonna go with overlay. Okay, now I should be able to get my stuff up there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the widget from here. It's gonna be overlay, and then everything works up here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my widget from here as well. Okay, and then in my C++ classes, I'm gonna remove the overlay widget from here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and remove overlay from here as well. And that's like right about it. That's like pretty much it. Let's something to Control S. And yeah, I was gonna delete my class. I am gonna be deleting my class as well, but for the time being, I just want to get it to work first. Okay, let's go all the way up here. There. I'm gonna go ahead and create a class. Now, while it's adding my C++ project, I might eat some oats. Sleep. Guys, I just woke up. It's almost 2 p.m. for me. That's it, guys. 56 more likes for 100 likes. Build failed. Let's go with something like discard. Let's go ahead and discard my class. Because I just want to see if it actually works. That it is going to work, but then I wanted to keep the same name. I wanted to delete my class. Apparently, if I can't do that, it's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And then let's just go ahead and hit something like Ctrl-Alt-F11 real quick. Let's go ahead and delete my entire class from here. Overlay class. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Let's remove class and then overlay widget. I want to go ahead and remove class. I'm going to go ahead and remove class from here as well. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and remove class. Now, I do not have any classes related to my overlay or their widgets. So, I'm going to go ahead and open my Unreal Engine again. Go to content drawer, content. I don't have any classes, that's good. I'm going to go to tools, new class, under all classes. Where do you live? Actually, I just stop answering that question these days. Okay, let's go with something like overlay widget. So there we go. Okay, I think it was user widget. Take a record. Okay, wait. I think it was something like user widget. Let's go with something like user widget. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. So let's go here. Let's change this to something like overlay widget. Okay, perfect. widget. Then I'm gonna go ahead and create a class. Now, while the class is creating, I'm gonna eat some oats again. Why does it keep saying? Okay, why does it keep saying build failed? Because I'm creating an overlay class. Override, fine. Okay, my project, save, and then override. There we go. So I have now two files. I have my overlay widget.c++ and my overlay widget.header files. I'm going to go ahead and add a few content to them now. First, I'm just going to go ahead and paste this here because I want to go ahead and see the reference too because this is something new. Now, what I want to do with my buttons is every time a button is clicked, I want to go ahead and exit my entire game. So that's going to be something like the exit button. For that, I'm going to go ahead and include Kismet/Kismet system library.h. Okay, so let's go ahead and include something. Let's go ahead and include. So let's go with something like hashtag include. Okay, a pair of parentheses. I'm going to go with something like Kismet/Kismet library.h, which is Kismet and Kismet libraries as header files. That said, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go all the way down here. I'm going to go ahead and include that for my header file, for my C++ file as well. Why do I keep like title casing the include? Let's go with something like include, a pair of parentheses, actually a pair of quotes. I'm going to go with something like Kismet/Kismet library.h, which is its header files. Now, once I'm done with that, Kismet system library. Oh, it's system. Okay, guys, it takes me a while to memorize the library names. Let's go with something like system, system. Okay. Now, once I'm done with that, what is the next thing I might do? I might go ahead and create a void function from my from my overlays header file. So let's go with something like overlay widget. Okay, and then I'm going to use the scope resolution operator. to get a function from it, but I did not create that function yet. So let's go ahead and create that function yet. Before that, let's go with something like system. Okay, so ukismith system.library. Now I'm gonna go ahead and publicize everything from here on out, and then let's go ahead and create a u function. I'm gonna create an Unreal's function. Okay, let's go with something like function. Oops, there we go. Okay, my Unreal's function should be, my blueprint should be having access to my function. So I'm gonna go with something like my Unreal function is going to be blueprint callable. So my blueprint can call my Unreal's function as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and create an actual void function called something like on button clicked, on play button clicked, or on exit button clicked. Okay, let's go with something like on exit button clicked. Okay, this is gonna be for my quit button if I click the top right X button, but I don't have that, so I will be creating this. I'll use the button that I have for the time being. On exit button clicked. I'm gonna add a pair of parentheses, ending with a semicolon. That is my function name. My function will not be requiring any parameters, but it will be having some kind of content inside of my C++ file. So I'm gonna go ahead and call my on exit button clicked function. I want to go ahead and do something. I'm gonna add a pair of parentheses and then a pair of curly braces. Now I'm gonna firstly go ahead and display a UE underscore log. Okay, that says something like my category is going to be log temp. Okay, this is the most basic and common category. I'll still say try JetBrains Writer. It has good support for Unreal, a plugin to assist, and good tools to debug. Honestly, I did install Python using JetBrains, and I feel I installed... Okay, I don't think that I installed Visual Studio using JetBrains. I installed my Unreal Engine using, I think, an Epic Games or something like that. That's it. Can we install it through JetBrains? And guys, 55 more likes for like another hour of streaming. That's it. Let's go with actually another hour. I think we didn't even hit our like I'm almost close to 2 hours. That is like my average or like my basic streaming time. But I was thinking I should have gone with something like 50 likes instead of like 100. That's it. I'm gonna go with log temp, and then my verbosity is gonna be something like warning. I'm gonna give myself a warning message that says something like so. Let's go with a text. Whoops. I'm gonna go back. Let's go ahead and add a text. This is gonna be for my whatchamacallit? Oh, guys, I forgot what I wanted to say. This is gonna be for my format string. I'm gonna say something like exit button. Let's go with something like button clicked. Okay, exclamation. And then I'm gonna go ahead and end this with a semicolon. Next up, once I'm done with this, is there something else that I want to do? Okay, there we go. This was the part that I did not know. I gotta go ahead and create a worlds pointer, which is going to represent my uworlds as... I want to call this a structure, but I don't think this is a structure. Uworld, W-O-R-L-D. I'm assuming it's a structure, but I don't think it's going to be called a structure. I'm going to call it something like world, which is going to be equal to the getWorlds function. I know what this does. What this basically does is it tells me the current level that I'm in, the current world that I'm in, because there could be like multiple things that I want to exit. For example, there might be a tab that I want to exit, there might be different kinds of widgets that I want to exit, but in this case, I want to exit my actual program. So this tells me exactly what I want to exit, exactly what exit button I click type stuff, because I could use my exit button in like multiple different places. That's it. Next up, I'm going to add a if statement to check if not world, if my exit button is not pressed, or if my not world return null pointer. I want to go ahead and return not worlds. I'm going to go ahead and return. Basically what this part means is this is a pointer. If it points towards something, when I click that thing, sure, it actually works. I exit that thing. But if I click something that my pointer is not set to click, for example, if I click anything besides my quit button here, I'm going to return, which is going to end my which is going to like close my or end my function here, and my void function here. If I did not have this, I would crash. That's it. Next up, once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and add, let's say I'm going to add another pointer, which is going to represent my player controller. Let's go with player controller. Okay, which is going to be represented by a PC's pointer, which is basically a player controller as a short form. and then I'm going to go ahead and use my world's pointer and point it towards get first player controller. I'm assuming what the get first player controller means. Is it like, I know that player controller is in charge for like my mouse clicks and mouse buttons and everything. I'm assuming it triggers when I click my button that I gotta click. If that makes any sense, guys. So I'm gonna go with something like get player controller. Okay, and then I go with a prof parentheses, ending with a semicolon. Next up, once I'm done with this, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with my world. I'm going to check if not PC, if my player controller returned null PDR, which means I clicked something that I should not have clicked. Instead of giving me a crash, I'm just going to return, which is going to end my entire exit function. So my exit function won't be running anymore unless I click that button again, or like I click a valid button. Now, lastly, I'm going to go ahead and use a function from my Kismet system library. Let's go with Kismet system library, library. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use the quit games function. Let's go ahead and use the quit games function with a parentheses. Now, my quit games function does require a few parameters. It requires my world, it requires my PC, which is my player controller, it requires my equit preference, which is going to be quit. I'm assuming this is like a type, that what type do I want to do with my library here. So I'm going to go with something like equit. So let's go with QQIT. Okay, preference. Okay, with a scope resolution operator of something like quit. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a comma. Lastly, I'm going to add false. Now, finally, I'm going to go ahead and remove this code from here because that was like the reference that I was seeing because I did not like remember a few syntaxes from here. Okay, let's hit Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code. Let's see if it works first. I'm going to open my Unreal Engine here real quick, hit something like Control Alt F11. Okay, here's the thing. I actually forgot to do one thing. It might not just work. Will fail. Okay, let's go up here. Okay, this is PC. That is my overlay widgets. Okay, I forgot to do one thing. I'm going to go ahead and open this here. Let's go to my overlay here. I gotta set this as a variable, so I'm gonna go to my canvas panel. Maybe my button. Let's set my button as a variable. Now it is a variable, then I'm gonna go with something like events. I'm gonna click the on clicked event. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off and find. Okay, I forgot what did I want to find here. I think it's on player. Let's go with something like on button. On wait, on player forward. I forgot what was the function name. So what was my function name? It's on exit button clicked. So I gotta go ahead and find that here. Let's drag this up and find something like on exit button clicked. Okay, on exit. Okay, maybe I go with something like on exit EXIT. Maybe I might go with something like on play. On play button. Guys, I remember it was something like this. On play button. Okay, nope. Maybe I get some /ChatGPT up here, guys, because I'm very sure this was something like this. It was something like on play button click. I might actually scroll all the way up. Guys, is this just my conversations? Is something bugging here? Okay, let's go all the way up here real quick before my Kismet's library. Let's see. Okay, let me go all the way up here. Okay, before I actually figured my library out, there we go. Press on clicked, log temp. Okay. Confirm widget is visible. Press play. There we go. On the details panel, go to events, on click. On play button clicked. I gotta go ahead and find the on play button clicked, but I don't see that. On play. Oh, I see why I don't see that. The reason I don't actually see that is because I did not set my widget overlay to be a parent class. So I'm gonna go with something like parent. Okay, but maybe I go ahead and find something here. I gotta set it to be a parent class. Bind widgets. Nope, not bind widgets. I gotta go here to parent class. Okay, I don't think there's a parent here. Let me actually check how do I add this to a parent class, because I remember that I had to like add this to a parent class. Oh wait, class settings, there we go, parent class. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to something like my overlay widget. Let's go with overlay widget. Maybe not overlay widget, and maybe my user widget. Here's the thing, it's set to user widget. I gotta set it to be my overlay widget because that is my class here. Let's go ahead and compile real quick. I'm gonna go ahead, go back to my class settings. Can I not find my overlay widget? Okay, I think it's user widget. Let's go ahead and extend this. Let's find something like on play button. Okay, it should be overlay widget. I don't see that option here. This is my class settings for my WBP overlay. Oh, I see. I'm using my WBP overlay. If I were to go to my content jar, content, where are my C/C++ classes? I created a C++ class, guys. Is it just my Unreal that's bugging right now? I think this has gotta be my Unreal. I just created my class. I created my widget as well. Let's go ahead and save everything. I wanna try it with a new project. Because I feel I did everything correct, but then I don't see my class's name and I don't even see my class being created. Okay guys, I think Unreal was kind of buggy out there. Maybe I drink some water while this is actually loading. Oops, before it loads, let me go there, get this here. Let's go to something like my projects. Maybe I want to go with a new project. Let's go with something like new, blank C++ project. Let's go ahead and create it. Because guys, I feel like it's my whatchamacallit, it's my Unreal, because I couldn't even see my C++ class in my content jar. That's it, might drink some water. Okay, while my classes is loading here, let's see. Maybe I close my Visual Studio as well. Can wait for my C++ source code to compile. While it's compiling, let's see. Okay, guys, speaking of which, we have like, how many more likes? 46, guys. What is 46 minus 100? We need those many more likes. Okay, I should have actually changed it to something like 50 and actually like better challenges, because I thought like, whatchamacallit, in like 2026, I might have different challenges in my community posts. Like yesterday on like the January 1st, I did like have a challenge where every 10 likes I would drink like a cup of water type stuff. Today I thought every 100 likes I might actually code for an extra hour. But guys, I feel like that plan, that did not work properly. Let's go here. I should have set it to like something like 25 hours. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for my Unreal project to open. Let's go ahead and just leave it here. Wait for it to open real quick. While it opens, I might actually eat some apples. Okay. Oh god, let me actually chew. Is it just me or Unreal? Does Unreal always take this long? Okay, it says it's almost done. Maybe I ate another apple. Guys, I feel these apples are pretty sour. Okay, while my Unreal is compiling, I might actually open my Discord server real quick. Guys, quickly shameless plug, yeah, should like join the Discord server? I might play some with a bot while this is actually being done. Because I feel it's like almost done though. Okay, and guys, if you guys don't know how to play this bot, it is a pretty fun bot to play. So basically, I have a few roles here. It says I can claim right now. I could either claim like, whatchamacallit, male anime characters or female anime characters. If I go with something like $limb roll 11111, which says this means male anime characters. Okay, so limb roll. Okay, I went with I am. Let's go with something like $limb roll 1111. Okay, and then I gotta go with something like $HA. Go with Control A, Control C. Copy that. Let's go ahead and paste this a bunch of times. and I get like a bunch of characters here, and I can, if I react to them, that means I can claim them. Okay, and the one that we should go with is the one that has like the least claim rank. Like that is 1000, that is 8k, that is like 9. This actually looks kind of good. I might actually claim that. Okay, and guys, I guess we get free rolls here type stuff. Where are you from? You have a unique accent and speaking cadence. Honestly, that does mean the world. I appreciate you, Turbinator. Let's see. What do I want to claim? Maybe there's an event going on, so I have like extra 500. There we go, guys. My Unreal project just loaded. Let me just go ahead and finish my rolls real quick. Let's go with something like, There we go, 904. I feel that's good. So that's the stuff that we gotta like go for, like the rare ones. If I go ahead and react to it, I go ahead and claim it. It says, whatchamacallit, are now married. That's basically the thing for, whatchamacallit, the Muday bot. And this is my Uber bot. Guys, I have been like playing Uber for like years now. That's it. Let's close my Discord server real quick. So let's go ahead and get my project here. Guys, I feel like my project took its sweet time to open. That's it. Let's get it here. Let's go ahead and decrease this a little. Maybe increase it from here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and click File and open a new level. Let's open a basic level. Okay, now, this is a brand new project, so... Excuse me, guys. I'm hoping this won't be laggy. Let's copy this, because, guys, I feel like my old project was kind of glitched. Let's open my chat up here. And, guys, the stuff that I just did up here... Let me get this here, that here. There we go. Let's close this real quick. Okay, guys, I just loaded my QLB files, FBX files, and my game items as PNGs to my Unreal Engine, so I have like access to those things. There we go, like my UIs, my traps, my scoreboard, and all that stuff. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and exit all that thing, and let's create a UI. Firstly, I'm gonna save everything here. Okay, let's go ahead and save my map. I'm gonna go to something like all, and let's go to content, and then I'm gonna create a new folder called something like UI. This is going to be my game UIs here. I'm going to double click it, right click, go ahead and create a widget, blueprints. Let's create a user widget. I'm going to call this something like WBP underscore, let's say overlay. Okay, this is going to be the name of my overlay, because maybe should I go ahead and type something like exit? Let's go with something like exit button. Exit button. There we go. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and double click my exit button. Let's get my file here. Now, is there something that I want to do under my exit button? Maybe I might want to add a canvas. So I'm going to go with something like canvas. But here's the thing, I don't think I want to add a canvas. What if I just go with a button? Okay, well, that works as well. So this is my button here. I'm going to go ahead and decrease the size. Guys, I'm trying to see why we create a canvas now. Maybe I go ahead and remove my button real quick. Let's delete this. Let's add a canvas. Okay, canvas panel is basically a place for me to draw. I'm going to go ahead and decrease my canvas's size. Now, under my canvas, I'm going to make it like a bit smaller because I don't want my button to be really big. I'm going to go ahead and type something like button. Let's add a button to my canvas. Okay, this is going to be like a small little square button that's going to be in charge of me exiting my window. It's going to be in the top left corner of my canvas. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add an image to it. So firstly, I want to set it to be as a variable. So I'm going to go ahead and increase this. I'm going to set it to be a variable. There we go. And then let's see. I'm going to go under, let's say something like style. Under style, there's going to be normal. I'm going to go ahead and add something like a red button. Actually, yellow button. Let's go with something like yellow. Okay, YELLOW. There we go. This is going to be my yellow button. Okay, what a fudged up sleep cycle we have. Guys, that does make sense. You guys should actually head to bed if like it's real late, because I wouldn't recommend to stay up for too long. That's sad. This is actually pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and change my tint to be something like red, because I want my button to be red color. And that's right about it. So let's go with something like border. Maybe something like image. Well, I want to round it up. There we go, that's good. Okay, you know what? I think I might go with image. There, so this is just my image. Now I'm going to go ahead and like make this a square. Let's go ahead and convert that to be a square. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to change my styles' image size, my tint. Okay, do I want to have a different tint? Maybe under hover. If I were to go here, I'm going to go ahead and add something like yellow. I want to add a yellow button here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and change my tint to be something like, when I hover, I want it to be dull. When I don't hover over it, I want it to be white. So I'm gonna go with something like 1, 1, and 1. Well, that's good. I mean, red seems nice as well, honestly. Next up, I might go to my graph. In my graph, let's see, I'm gonna set it to be a parent class, but not for the time being, actually, because I did not actually create a class. Guys, is it just me or this feels too small to even be visible on my window? Let me increase the size a little. There. Okay, guys, I think it's not just me. It is like really small. Like I have it to be like it's the size of a pixel. There. If that is my window, this is my exit button. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and compile this. Go to my untitled. I'm gonna open my level and blueprint. Now I would not need my ticks, so I'm gonna go and remove my tick. But under my begin play, I'm gonna go ahead and drag this and create a blueprint. Let's go with something like create widget. So I'm going to create a widget. Now under the classes section, I'm going to set my class, which in this case, it's going to be my WBP exit button right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag off my return value and add it to viewport. Let's go with something like add viewport, so it's visible on my actual window. That's it. Let's go ahead and compile. Now, if I were to run the code, I see my button up here, but I want it to be a bit small. Like I can click it, I can hover over it as well. I'm gonna exit this. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller, because I feel like exit button shouldn't be like that big. It's just gotta be a tiny button. And now, I might not need my canvas. Do I delete my canvas? Whoops, let's go with Control Z. Okay, I might need my canvas, but when I hover, so I have a hover and I have a pressed as well. What color do I want it to be when I press it? Maybe I go with something like maybe I'm gonna go ahead and add a yellow button up here. Let's go with something like yellow button. And then I want my tint to be something like red. Okay, when I press, I want it to be something like red. That's it, okay. Now let's compile it and run the code again. Did I compile? There we go. Let's run the code again. When I press it, it's red. That's perfect, actually. Okay, that's pretty much it. I can go ahead and something like this, exit. Guys, that's really fun to play with. That's it. Next up, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to tools, create a new C++ class. Let's say I want to create a user widget class, because I will be adding content to my class as well. Let's go with something like user widget, hit something like next. I'm gonna call it something like widget overlay. Let's go with something like overlay widget. Overlay widget. Okay, and then let's go ahead and create a class. Now once I've let my class be created. While it's being created, I might actually chew on some apples. I get my live coding there. Let's go ahead and reload all. And there we go. I get my header files and my C++ files. And guys, ignore the red underlines. The editor just does that at times. Okay, now I'm gonna do something that actually exits my program when I click my button. To do that, I'm firstly gonna include something. Let's include something from my Kismet's library. So I'm gonna go with something like kiss met slash. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like slash kismet systems system library library.h, which is the Kismet library and its system libraries as header files. Basically, what this library does is it's like a helper library. I haven't worked much with it. This is like today's the first day that I am actually working with the type stuff. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and include that in my C++ file as well. I'm gonna go with something like Kismet slash Kismet system library.h, which is its header files. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a function inside my header files and then define that function in my C++ file. To do that, I'm gonna go ahead and create a void function called something like, I don't know, maybe let's see, what do I want to call it? Let's think. I might want to call it on exit button pressed. So on my exit button pressed, I'm going to do something. But before I create a regular function, I want to create a U function, which is an Unreal's function. So Unreal really knows that I created a function here, and I want my blueprint to have access to my function as well. So I'm going to go with something like blueprint callable. There we go. And then let's go ahead and exit that with a semicolon. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go under my overlay widgets. I think I spelled include wrong. Let's go with a lowercase I. Under my widgets, I'm going to go ahead and let's say create a void function from my U overlay widget. Let's go with my Unreal's overlay widgets as class. I'm going to use the scope resolution operator and point towards the exact function. My function is called something like on exit button pressed. Let's go with something like on exit button pressed. Okay, if this stream gets 1k likes, is that an extra 10 hours of streaming, guys? It's actually an extra 10 hours of streaming. That does make sense. The reason I set it to be 100 is because I realized the max that I can stream in a day is like 10ish hours or so, but I thought that there's no way the stream is getting like 1k likes, guys, unless you guys like actually smash the like button. That's it. It's going to be kind of fun though. That said, just go ahead and chill real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and paste the function name correct. Okay, then I'm going to go with a pair of parentheses and then a pair of curly braces. Now, inside my U overlay widget, I want to go ahead and do something. I want to add a UE underscore log. Okay, UE log is basically the same as standard console output in C++ and print statements in Python. Okay, my UE log is going to be having a category of something like log temp. And then I'm going to be requiring a verbosity. Verbosity is basically what kind of message do I want to say. Does it want to be like a casual message? For that, I got to be default. The color is white of my message. Do I want it to be a warning message? The color is going to be yellow of my warning message. Or do I want it to be an error message? The color is going to be red of my error message. In this case, I'm going to go with something like warning, because I want my text to be something like yellow. And lastly, the third parameter is going to be a format string, which I'm going to be adding a text. Let's say something like came or exit button pressed. Let's go with exit button pressed. Okay, perfect. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and exit this with a semicolon. And guys, ignore the red underlines, UE underscore log. Yeah, guys, ignore the red underline. I'm very sure it's my editor. It's UE underscore log temp, WARNIG warning. Yeah, guys, I think it's my editor. That's it. Now, once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and let's say get a world's pointer. Basically, what the world's pointer means is, let me actually type the code first. I'm going to go with something like uWorld, which is going to be represented by something like a world's pointer. That is going to be equal to something like get world's function with a parentheses and with a semicolon. Basically, what this means is that I can have different kinds of worlds where I use the exact same function. For example, I want to exit a widget using the X button, but I want to exit my program using the X button as well. I want to exit different things using the X button. The get world gets the exact world that I'm trying to exit. Is it my widget? Is it my game? Or is it something else? That said, I'm going to add a if statement here that says something like if not world, if my world was not, or my world returned null PDR, because this is a pointer. If I click something that I shouldn't have clicked and I am expecting to get an error or a crash, I'm going to return, which is going to end my entire function, so I won't be getting a crash. That's it. Let's see you next up. I'm going to go ahead and create a UPlayer controller. Guys, I'm so shocked I remember the syntax because I just wrote this code like twice. That's it. Guys, I think I jinxed myself. UE log, something is wrong in the UE log. I think it's correct. Okay, so UPlayer CONTROLLER is going to be UPlayer controller. Is it called something else? Let's use IntelliSense. Okay, let's go with something like controller. Okay, CON. Okay, there's local player controller, Okay, TCONTROLLER. Okay, I see a. Oh, I think it's a player controller, not you, because my controller, I'm assuming, is going to be like an object. So a does. I mean, it's going to be like a character. So I'm going to go with something like a player controller, which is going to be represented by a PC's variable. That is basically the same as player controller. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that equal to my world pointing towards. I forgot what was it going to be pointing towards. Is it like my on exit button pressed? I think it should be on exit button pressed. What up, guys? I might fact check that part. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. There. Okay, it's going to be first player. Oh, get first player controller. There we go. I forget a few function names, like the function names, because this is like the. Because I am like kind of new with this topic. So let's go with something like get. Let's use into lessons. Get first player controller. Get first player controller. First local from player. Okay, get first local player from controller. That is something new, but the one that I gotta go with is get first player controller. I think I spelled it wrong. Get first player controller. Let's go with something like controller. Okay, and then once I'm done with this, did I mess up even though I was using into lessons? Okay, this is a function. Okay, perfect. Then I go ahead and end this with a semicolon. And then, just the same as what I did with my world here, I'm going to do it with my player controller. I'm going to add a pair of parentheses that checks something like, if not PC, if my player controller return null PDR, somehow my program is going to crash, I'm going to return. Which ends my entire function that avoids a crash. Okay, once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and, let's say, go with the Ukismet library or Ukismet system library. Let's go with something like system library library with a scope resolution operator that points towards the quitsys function. My quitsys function requires a few parameters. I think I messed something up here. Okay, the function name is not that. Excuse me, guys. Oh, it's quit game, not just quit. So I gotta go with quit game. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to be requiring a few parameters. Let's say the first parameter is going to be something like my world. The second parameter is going to be my players as controller. The third parameter is going to be, let's see, I think it was something like E. It started with E, but I forgot the actual name. It's E quit preference, so my preference is going to be quit. So I'm going to go with something like E quit. Okay, let's go with something like quit preference. PREFRENCE. With a scope resolution operator of something like quit. I want my preference to be quit. PREFERENCE. FERENCE. There we go. And then I'm going to go with a comma and set this to be true. Okay, what is the last parameter? Does it say? Okay, it says a boolean of B ignore platform restrictions. I want to ignore platform restrictions. Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year. Aditi, is that how you pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. That's it. Do you guys have like any New Year's resolutions type stuff? Okay, this is going to be my quit preference, and then that's going to be my specific player. My player is my player's controller. Object is going to be my world context object. That's very much it, I think. Okay, ignore obstacles should be false. And then let's end this with a semicolon. That's pretty much it, but here's the thing. I think I messed up with my UE log. Did I spell it correct? So let's see. So I have a UE log that says log temp button clicked. Okay, why is my UE log wrong here? Is it wrong? So it says define UE log category name verbosity. Okay, and then a format string. I did add those things here though. Maybe I go ahead and remove my UE log for the time being. I want to go ahead and go with something that controls you. There we go. Let's. Okay, it's not my UE log. Okay, it's something else. Okay, let's go to my widgets here. My generate has... Okay, generate body always has a red underline. Maybe because I gotta go ahead and publicalize everything here. There we go. That should most likely fix it up, right? There we go, that fixed it up. Let's hit Control S to save the code here. Let's hit Control S to save the code here. Now let's open my Unreal Engine real quick. Now, inside my Unreal Engine, I'm gonna go ahead and do something. Firstly, I'm going to go to my untitled projects. Actually, I'm going to go here and then... I gotta find my class settings. I forgot where my class settings were at. Oh, I remember. So I'm gonna go to my blueprint, and then let's go to graph. Let's go to something like class settings. Under my user widget, I'm gonna find my overlay widget. So let's go with something like overlay widget. There we go. Let's select that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like compile, and that's pretty much it. It's set as a whatchamacallit, my widget is now set as a parent class. Okay, let's go back to my designer, and then I'm gonna go with something like events. Let's type something like events. Okay, let's go ahead and press the on clicked. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this and get my function name. So on exit clicked. Okay, is the function name something different? So let's see. Maybe I go with something like on player clicked. So I might go with something like on player clicked. Let's get this all the way up here. There we go. Let's go with something like on player. PLAYER. Okay, I think I spelled that part wrong. Let me check that real quick. Okay, my on button click is going to be pointing towards something. This is set as a variable, right? Okay, since it's set as a variable, let's scroll all the way up. Okay, hi bro, did you learn Unreal Engine? Honestly, I am actually in the process of like learning Unreal Engine. That said, I am actually working on learning about UMGs plus UIs in Unreal Engine this stream. And guys, I feel like we need like 43 more likes to extend an hour of streaming. Let's see, let's go ahead and scroll all the way up here, because here there's the instructions for that part. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll all the way up here real quick. Okay, hi, how doing Games Live? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, guys, I can't wait to actually understand Unreal and then later make tutorials on it, because I feel that's going to be kind of fun. Okay, I have you elog. Now, I want to find the part, so I got to go on clicked, called on play button clicked, save compile, then run it. I cannot see my on play button clicked. Okay, let's drag this off. And then I gotta try finding something like on play button clicked. Whoops, that's OB. On play button. Okay, I did not find that part. So I'm gonna go here. Let's go with, I see it right on a line here. Maybe I go with something like Control C, copy that, get some /ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter. Go to my C++ files. Go with Control C, copy that as well. I think I see why. Overlay inherits from user widget. Okay, I think it's correct. Now, mind guys, I'm kind of correct here. Let's paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei. Okay, so my PC crashed. Let's go with something like my PC crashed, and I created a new file. But this is my code, and I was on the class settings. I set my overlay widget as my parent class, and when I pressed the on click and type something like overlay, actually, and I type something like on player button pressed, it didn't show up this time like it did last time. I set my button to be a variable as well. Okay, I want to learn Unreal Engine. Suggest me a path or roadmap for it, please. Honestly, you could like, I did start learning Unreal, I think about like 12 or 13 days ago. So you could like move on to my first ever stream where I was actually learning Unreal, because I haven't like mastered it yet, so I did not like create a roadmap for Unreal, but I am currently in process of learning it. I have been learning it using Sensei/ChatGPT here. That said, setting the parent class is not enough. You set your blueprint overlay to inherit, you overlay widget, good. But for C++ functions to show up in the blueprint on click drop down, you need two things. Your function must be blueprint callable, which you did. Your function must be compiled and recognized by Unreal. If Unreal hasn't compiled it yet, the drop down won't show anything. The button itself must be a variable. Okay, this is what you did last time. It worked in your WB overlay blueprint. Select your button on the right panel. Check if check is variable. I did that. This allows you to access the buttons without the buttons. How to bind C++ functions in widget blueprint graph. Select button node, drag it off. Okay, on clicked. Okay, you should see on exit button pressed. I should see on exit button pressed this time. Also fix a minor crash bug in your UE log. You forgot the quotes. You forgot the quotes, did I? Oh, no wonder. Okay, let's go ahead and add a pair of quotes. Guys, no wonder. I feel like my exhaustion is getting to me now. That's it. Let's hit Control S to save the code. Go here. Okay, bro, you're doing a good job. Honestly, I appreciate your games live. That actually means the world to me, guys. That's it. Let's go ahead and extend this. Find something like on exit. Okay, what am I looking for again? Okay, I'm looking for on exit button press, but I don't find it. Did I convert this to be a variable? Let me recheck that real quick. Let's go ahead and remove the on clicked. I'm gonna go to my designer. Okay, my button right here. Does my canvas have to be a variable? I mean, okay, it should not be my canvas. I know that as well. It's gotta be my button. My button is being inherited by my canvas, but this is button 60. Let's go with button again. Okay, what is the difference between a regular button? Oh, I see. That is a button 60. I need a regular button. There we go. Okay, I should be able to see it now. I think I had the wrong button on, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and increase the size here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and set a image. This is going to be something like yellow. Okay, this is going to be a yellow button, and then I'm going to go ahead and change that to be something like 1, 1, and 1, which is going to make it a bit bright. Are you Indian? Honestly, no, I don't think so. Let's go all the way down here and then under my hovered, I'm going to go ahead and add my button as well. Let's go with something like button. Okay, and then I want to, whoops, my bad. I might go with yellow, guys. There we go. Okay, let's go with something like yellow. Okay, bro, real talk, sleep is very important for coding. Speak from a life experience, bad experience. Honestly, I feel like I just woke up from sleep. It's like 2 p.m. for me here. Let's see. Now, I'm gonna leave the hover to be like this. And then I'm gonna change my press. When I press the button, I want this to be something like yellow. Okay, and I want to change this color to be something like red when I click. Then let's click OK. That should be pretty much it. Let's set my button to be, okay, variable. And then I'm going to go to my graph. Okay, I'm going to go with something like, whoops, parent. Okay, can't find a parent. Sure, let's go ahead and remove my button 61. Okay, is there a way to delete? Can't delete that. Okay, I just have one variable. Why does it say button 61? Okay, so how many months? How many months did I this thing? Honestly, I have been streaming like every single day for the past 6 months, but from that 6 months, I spent 100 days. I think like 68 days because I started streaming like 40 days in my Python for 100 years, so I spent about 68 days learning C++, 100 days, actually 68 days. I spent 100 days learning Python, 100 days learning C++. Now I'm spending the rest of my 150 days for my program for like 250 series learning Unreal Engine here. That's it. Happy coding. I appreciate you, Digantum. Is that pronounce your name? Guys, I feel like I'm kind of exhausted right now. I might have to like end the stream because, okay, we do need 40 more likes though. Let's go ahead and 40 more likes, guys, and then I might stream for another hour. Okay, that is overlay widget, and then what am I looking for now? Let's think. I was looking for my button graph. So where did I have to go for my button graph, guys? I actually forgot. What up, guys? Bro, can we get a job in game developer? Honestly, I haven't like worked or anything, so I wouldn't like know, but I feel like there are like a lot of people that try to be a software developer, and many of you guys do say that AI is going to take software development as well, but I feel like AI wouldn't be able to like completely replace software development because it lacks like it lacks critical thinking and like situation and making the game more fun unless there's someone who's giving good prompts here. That's it. Hiding long story. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, let's see. Let's scroll all the way up here till I don't find, guys, where's the instructions code? I think it was somewhere up here. Okay, let's go all the way up here before my kins. Let me go ahead and just refresh that. Okay, there we go. So I gotta go ahead and drag off on click. So I gotta scroll down to events, on clicked, events. Okay, variable. Now with the button still selected, oh I see. Okay, so I gotta open Unreal Engine here with my button still selected. I'm gonna go to designer, a button is selected. I'm gonna go to events here and then I'm gonna press on clicked. Now let's go ahead and drag this off and find something like on exit. Why do I not see on exit though? Did I do everything correct? Okay, wait, let's get this back here. Let me go ahead. Whoops, let's get sensei slash chat GPT here. Now, let me go ahead and say something. Let me say something like sensei. Okay, so I still don't see the on exits function, even though I did these steps. I saw it before. I should be able to see it again. People, I see exactly what's happening. You're tripping over a tiny but deadly Unreal bug. You passed a semicolon. Okay, there we go. Unreal functions does not require semicolon. Now I should be able to see it. So let's go all the way here. Let's find something like on exit. Okay, maybe I gotta rebuild my solution real quick. Let's go ahead and it's something like build. Let's go with something like rebuild. Okay, while it's rebuilding, I'm out of apples, guys. Okay, I mean, I think while it's rebuilding, let's go ahead and read sensei slash chat GPT's code here as well. Okay, fix it like this. Make sure your blueprint actually compiles after this change. Go to WEP overlay, click your button, check is variable. Now, when you drag the button into the graph, assign on click, your function will appear. I see. Okay. Guys, it's almost done compiling. Okay, I think it's like 99% there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and wait real quick. There we go. Okay, is it done? Okay, is it? Let's go all the way down here. There we go. Rebuild completed. It says 0 failed, 1 skipped, 52 succeeded. Okay, I'm assuming that means rebuild is completed. Now let's go to my Unreal Engine back here. Let's go ahead and drag this and go with something like on exit. Okay, why can't I see on exit? Let's see. So it's on exit button press. Let's copy that. But it should have space. Why do I see a bunch of red underlines here? So let's see. Did I spell callable correct? C-A-L-L-A-B-L-E. Expected a semicolon. Additional functions can be generated for this type. I see. So let me think. Okay, because bro, your age, honestly, I am like 17. That's my birthday is in 3 days. On January 5th, I will be turning 18. That's kind of excited for it. I might have a special stream for that day, but I don't think that I might actually do a special stream. Is my includes correct? Okay, system library.h. I think I did everything correct here. So where am I messing up? Okay, let me actually go ahead and paste my code again. Let's go with Control-C. This is my header files. Let's go ahead and paste that here. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste my C++ files as well. Let's copy that. Get some C/chat-GPT here. Let's scroll all the way down. Paste it here. Go with Shift Enter and say something like sensei. I feel like I did everything correct. Even fixed the semicolon. Do you think the code is correct? Question mark. The reason I am actually asking, I don't want to like tab this in tabs, guys. That's the reason I am actually adding a question mark. I'm asking this question is because I wrote this code by just memory because I did not have a reference for this part. Okay, yes, people, the code you posted is correct. My header files is correct. Perfect logic. I can also show you how to bind your button in C++ directly, so you don't have to rely on blueprint dropdown at all times. Yes, that would actually be perfect, guys, because I prefer doing stuff using code and not like the blueprint stuff. Okay, so I gotta include component/button.h. Okay, for uButton, class generated body. I gotta create a virtual blueprint initialize override. We override this, okay, and then a property meta equals to bind widget and then uButton. which is going to be represented by exit button function. I see, so add this in my .h file, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this part. Okay, and then let's copy that. I want to see if this part works. Let's go to my .header files, go Control A, Control V. To paste that, let's get /ChatGPT here again. Now, step 2, override initialize and the bind function. So in my C++ file, I go ahead and I override my initialize, if not super initialize, return false, if exit button, else button, on clicked, add dynamic. Okay, I think I know what this means, but I want to learn the blueprint as well. Let me actually check if this works real quick. Let's hit Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code. Okay, and now let's open my Unreal Engine here. Let's compile that. Let's go here. Let's go with Control Shift F11 real quick. Okay, let's wait for it to compile. Now, while it's compiling, what are your PC specifications? Honestly, I am like using I do have like a 35 GB RAM. I'm using Intel Core i9, and I'm using the MSI's motherboard that has like a GPU integrated, but because I'm not using like a specific GPU, and I think it's like 500 GBs. I forgot. Let me actually check the storage real quick. Okay, let's see. So the storage, I'm assuming, there we go. It is like, oh, it's 464 GBs. Okay, so it says succeed. Let's go ahead and run the code real quick. There we go. I see it up here. Okay, guys, and I feel this is much more reliable than it's much more reliable than the blueprint as well. But I feel I did that part using code. How do I exit? My exit doesn't work though. So it says exit. Okay, I should be able to exit it once I click my button up there. I include overlay widget. I include my stuff here. We override this. This is bind widget. I bind my widget with my blueprint. Okay, well, I mean, I think it's honestly the same thing, but I don't get to exit. So exit, on exit button press, you world, get world. If not world, return. Okay, I mean, that part works, but I can exit if I like click the button. I got it to work before, so I might have to like rewatch my stream to get it to work again. That's I might actually not stream for much longer. Okay, I just want to know where you're from, dude. Honestly, I actually stopped answering that, guys. Maybe when I hit like 100k subscribers, I might actually tell you guys. That let's see, class my project for underscore API, you overlay widget, public user widget. Let's think. Okay, I mean, I think it's kind of correct. Although I do have a question. Let me see something like, say, it works, but when I click my button, I can't exit my window. I think I might know why that doesn't work. Let's open my Unreal Engine again. Go to my WBP exit button. Let's go ahead and drag this. Do I find a on exit now? Let's go with something like on exit. Oh, there we go. That is exit button, that is exit button, but these are not the functions that I'm looking for. These are casting, that's utilities. Okay, I was looking on exit button pressed. Let's go with something like pressed. Pressed is not there. What if I go with something like WBP exit button class? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not this though. Let's exit that. Okay, let's get some /ChatGPT up here again. Listen, people, I can see what's happening here. You did everything right in the C++, but you forgot one important piece. Kismet library quit games does not force the Py window to close in the editor. That means in the play editor or PIE, pressing the button will log the message but won't actually close the window. If you pack the game standalone, it will exit like you expect. If you exit the pack, guys, I'm pretty sure I didn't have to do any of this before. I might have to just rewatch my stream. Whenever I use Blender or for studying, I found Google Gemini to be much more accurate than ChatGPT. You should try Gemini. Honestly, that does make sense, but I'm using ChatGPT to like learn the code. I feel like ChatGPT is better at teaching. Okay, so it means you took 6 months to learn Unreal. Honestly, no, I took like 12ish. Let me actually check, because it's, if you guys go to my channel and then go to like my playlists, you guys can see when I started my, or like how many videos I have or how many streams I have on my Unreal series. Okay, there are 15 streams. I started Unreal Engine like 15 days ago. That means, let's open my stream back up here again. There we go. I opened Unreal, or like I started using Unreal 15 days ago, but I started learning programming in general 6 months ago. Okay, are you aiming to quit game? Honestly, I want to like exit my entire window when I like click that button, but I did that in my this function, when I had it in my previous project, this function worked, but this time it does not work. Let's try having this to be something like true. Hit Control S to save the code. Open my Unreal Engine real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and remove my button from here. I'm pretty sure I need to add a button here. Let's go to Designer. Let's click my button. Go with something like Events. Okay, on clicked. Let's go ahead and drag this here. I'm going to go with something like on exit. Okay, I don't see on exit. What if I go with something like on play? Button. Okay, that's not sure. That's it. Maybe I try going without this thing. That wouldn't work. Which application do you use for streaming? Honestly, I do use OBS because I feel like OBS is like a really good platform for streaming. Okay, that's it. Let's go up here as well. Let me go to my WBP. It threw me an error. What error does it give? Exit button or Q button type was not found. Okay, well, I don't want to create a button in that case. Let's compile again. Maybe I go with something like Control Z real quick. Guys, I gotta watch my stream again to get this done with. Okay, I cannot find a button. Okay, maybe I change that to something like false again. Okay, just drag from button search. Oh wait, just drag from button search quit. It's inbuilt. Check if your function in C++ is blueprint callable. Honestly, my function is, I set my function to be blueprint callable. It's not blueprint callable. I think I said it. Hold up, guys. Let's go with CALLABLE. Guys, how did I miss this part? Let's hit something like Control S to save the code. Control S to save the code. Open my Unreal Engine real quick. Are a lot of games made by Unreal Engine? Honestly, there are a bunch of games made by Unreal Engine, but the games that I've played, they were mostly made in Unity, but there are a lot made with Unreal Engine as well. But I feel like I just don't play many games in general. Let's go with something like on exit. Do I see my button name? Let's just try this for the time being. Okay, because I don't think it is going to be this. Cast failed. Let's remove that. Let's compile. I can't compile. I get this error when I try compiling. Okay, let's go here. It says blueprint callable. My function is blueprint callable. This should be correct. Let's go into lessons. Okay, so I have blueprint callable here, and then I have meta, bind widget. Okay, I mean everything is correct here, and then I have a UE log. Let's hit Control S to save the code. Control S to save the code. Go all the way up here. Go ahead and exit this. Go back to my designer. I'm gonna exit my compilation results, and then on my events, I'm gonna go ahead and click this one more time. Okay, it is a variable. Let's drag it. Excuse me, guys. Let's go ahead and drag this real quick. I'm gonna find something like on exit. Okay, I thought I found it for a sec, guys. Maybe I just go ahead and find the inbuilt search quit. So I could go ahead and search quit. On button, I want to quit. Preference is going to be set to quit. Okay, this might work. Let's compile the code real quick. I cannot compile it. What should this be pointing towards? Viewport, maybe? Let's go with something like viewport. Add to viewport. There we go. I think this should be pretty much it. This is ignore platform restrictions. I could go ahead and set this to be something like true. Actually, I want it to be false. You don't have a button called exit button. I have a function called on exit button pressed, but I don't find that function inside of my Unreal Engine here. Let's hit compile. I get a compilation error. Okay, on clicked button 61. Okay, is Unreal C++ and general C++ is different? Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. It's like any kind of game engine or graphics library that I've used, for example, SDL. When I first started C++, was like, it wasn't like really, really different. Just the syntax and functions were so much different from like actual C++, like my SDLs. Now that I'm starting Unreal, the Unreal's syntax is like really different from like C++ syntaxes. But it does make sense because I understand the syntax in C++, so that makes any sense. For example, this is how we create Boolean variables, for example, like Boolean function, all that stuff, like void function is in C++, scope resolution operators in C++, the way we use if statements is the same as C++, just the inner functions and a few syntaxes different. Rest everything is like the same. Inside widget blueprint, no exit button. Oh wait, hold up guys, let me actually check that. Okay, C++ doesn't create button visually until told to in your WBP. Oh wait, in that case, I think I created a blueprint. I created a button though, like I have a button here in my blueprint. Okay, so inside widget blueprint, no exit button. I don't have a exit button here. Okay, I had like a bunch of buttons back then, and then I had a canvas. Then, okay, this is gonna be called button 61. And then let's go with something like events. I mean, last time it worked. Wait, on rest. I'm gonna go with something like on exit. Okay, I don't think it's on pressed. So, do you use OBS Studio for streaming? I don't think it's called OBS Studio. I think I just use the regular OBS for streaming. For example, like this is my current overlay that I use for OBS. If you guys can like see the whole thing, go ahead and get it here. And I do multi-stream on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I will start multi-stream on Instagram and TikTok as well. But for the time being, I just stream like on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and the verticals of YouTube. That's it. Let's get this back here. What are you learning now? Honestly, I am like working on I think I'm working on like UMGs and Unreal Engine. No, have you tried VLang already? I haven't like tried VLang, but many of you guys did recommend me to try that. Although that's it guys, I might watch a few tutorials and like read a few docs on this topic here. So I might actually like end the stream and like watch a few tutorials on this part, because I feel if I do that, that's going to be like much more helpful. If I will start Unreal Engine, how many days will it take to complete for me? Okay, I wouldn't like be able to guess that because like I haven't like completed myself, but I'll say like for me it would personally take like about 2-ish months to understand Unreal Engine, and later I'm going to work on making games, mini games, syntaxes. But it ultimately depends on how long do you spend a day, like how long do you spend using Unreal every single day type stuff. Okay, brother, listen. Check tutorials. Honestly, I might actually end the stream and check the tutorials right now. That said, let's go all the way to Sensei/ChatGPT. Let's say something like, let's say I might watch a few tutorials on it. Okay, and maybe read docs as well. Let's go with something like read the docs as well. That said, I might end the stream right now too. ... So before I do end the stream, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers, question mark? Guys, the reason I'm not like worried much about this is because I'm pretty sure there's like a really silly mistake that I'm doing, because I did get it to work like before, but my PC crashed, so I had to like create a new project because apparently I didn't save anything. Okay, you're missing many basic things. That actually does make sense. That's it. Listen up, viewers. Tonight we witnessed some serious hacking of mine. I mean the code. Vivek dove deep into Unreal, created buttons, made them talk to the game, and almost escaped PIE player. I forgot what does PIE mean. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure since I said it somewhere up here. Okay, let's check what does PIE mean. Let's go all the way up here. I'm pretty sure it was something like player input events. I think it's something like player input events. Okay, that's it. Remember, learning takes courage. Failure is the fun of it. And if you think exiting PIE player input events is easy, try doing it without crushing your brains. Keep your curiosity sharp and never let your code sleep, or else bugs will haunt you. The fake's off for now, but the quest continues. Stay hungry, stay mad, and code like you mean it. Hugs and kisses and head pats to you, my people. Stream out. That's it. So, from which channel did you you've seen Unreal? Honestly, I can't like say the channel name or like the YouTuber's name, but I do watch like random videos. I don't like have a specific channel. That's let's go to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. I would have streamed for longer, and like I did have a challenge that said every 100 likes I stream for an hour extra. Apparently that didn't meet. Maybe next time I might actually have for every 50 likes I'm gonna stream for an hour extra. That's it. If you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like helps in my algorithm, sharing makes me smile, and subscribing to like a cherry on top. That's it guys, I did start multi-streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I will start multi-streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well if I did meet the followers requirement. So if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is going to be in the description and also in the pinned comments. That said, I don't think it's in the pinned comments honestly. That said, also join my Discord server. That's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys, give you guys my roadmaps, and just have general conversations. The link will be in the description as well. That said, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace. Okay, let's end the stream. And guys, I might actually, what you call it, watch